Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and today we are going to follow up the Rogue Squadron playthrough with the Rogue Squadron 2 playthrough. This is being played on a Wii with a Wii to HDMI adapter, and thus we have a fairly good picture, although it would of course look better on Dolphin, but alas, this game does not work altogether that well with that emulator. If you enjoy this video and want to see more, please consider subscribing, liking, and commenting, as that will of course give me much more exposure, and thus I can show more people this awesome content. So with that, let's pop in the disc into the real hardware and have some fun. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I am, of course, Generallotz, and today we are here to take a look at Star Wars Rogue Squadron 2 Rogue Leader. This was released in 2001 and was an early title for the Nintendo GameCube, and if I'm not mistaken, it was the third most popular game released for that system. Now, since this game is substantially easier than the first one, I'm going to make an attempt to complete the entire game in one sitting. When I was when I was recording footage for this game, it only took about an hour to get most of the game recorded. So we're going to try that this time. Will I be able to do that? Well, we will just have to see, ladies and gentlemen. Now, already you can tell the graphics are vastly superior to the N64 version, and in the little hangar here, we're running around as a pilot that is no longer a 2D sprite. And, of course, you know, we have all sorts of ships we can choose from that still look pretty good. Pro tip, do not take the Y-Wing when you unlock it, because it actually is pretty crap compared to the X-Wing. Now, what's kind of funny here is you can get the
T-65 X-Wing is the fighter that killed the Death Star.
It's the fighter that killed the Death Star, eh? Well, wait a minute. We haven't killed it yet, because we're in the Death Star trench run. Now, my biggest problem with this game, and it's not that big of a problem, it's just the fact that... Actually, I moved the webcam there so I don't have the little RoboCop thing going on. Oh, I forgot to do that. You can actually turn on a director's commentary. And the problem is, I keep forgetting to turn it off. It's really interesting, though, and it really lets you see just the mindset behind the game. Now, you can't just turn it on automatically. You have to, like, unlock it, but I just use a cheat code to unlock it. This game has, as I said, a few minor issues, and that's... It really comes down to opinion. Personally, I like Rogue Squadron 1 more because it tells a unique story with unique characters. This game, I think, was a bit rushed, and since it was, I think it was a bit rushed, and they also wanted to do it this way as well. Rogue Leader only really follows the movies, and that's it, which is kind of an issue. We already know what happens in the Star Wars trilogy, so just having it done again, but in a game... It's nothing new, nothing we haven't seen before. So I think they were rushed, and it's like, well, you know what? It's okay if we're rushed. We're just going to do the movie as a game, and thus we won't have to come up with new characters, new situations, or anything like that. So I think it was sort of a happy accident. I personally just don't like it, because I would have liked to have seen a unique story. Rogue Squadron 3 does give you that unique story. This is still a good game, but I just don't like it from my perspective. Well, no, it's not that I don't like it. I don't like it as much. I kind of disagree with its mindset, if that makes any sense. Oh yeah, and the ships look amazing. I mean, this is being played on a non-modified Wii. I'm just using a Wii to HDMI adapter. And the Wii to HDMI adapter looks pretty good. Now, of course, with Dolphin, you could get better picture quality. This is only running at 640 by 480. But Dolphin doesn't really like to run Rogue Squadron 2 or 3. Most of the Factor 5 games do not run on emulators very well. And that's because they're doing so many things with the game. It's pretty amazing, really. And so your basic emulator might be able to emulate like 95% of the games on the system, but the Rogue Squadron games and the Factor 5 games in general just have so many tricks and things like that they don't really work as well as one would like. Okay, so we can already see sort of a problem here, and it's not that big of a problem. It comes down to what do you want from the game? It comes down to your own personal opinion. right here, all we're doing is shooting static targets. Nothing shooting back. You don't really have to try that hard. Now, in Rogue Squadron 1, level 1 was tough. You know, you had to stop the probe droids. You can lose level 1. Here, this is really, really easy. I mean, it's just shooting towers. That's it. And so, you know, it's like, could they have done a little bit more? And they probably could have, but I think they wanted it to be a little bit easier, a little more approachable. They wanted the game to be more like the movie, so it's not like they can add too many things. And this is supposed to be sort of like a tutorial. Now, there is a tutorial earlier than this, Tatooine training. But this is pretty much the first level that everyone wants to play. Well, you can lose it, but it's much harder to lose compared to level 1 of Rogue Squadron 2. And this is another thing that I don't really like. There's too many enemy fighters. Now, I know that sounds kind of silly, but in Rogue Squadron 1, what enemy fighters were there were actually dangerous. They felt like they could actually take you down. Whereas in this, it's like you're just taking out clouds upon clouds of TIE fighters. And, you know, it's like, it's almost too easy in a way. Now, if you play this on a harder difficulty, if you unlock, like, expert mode, yeah, it's going to be really difficult. But for me, it's like, there's not as much here as I would like. And so, I'm not going to, like, complain too much in the review about, like, oh, it's terrible. It's just, from a design standpoint, I don't agree. It's not that I dislike it, it's just that I don't agree with it. I think they should have kept it with the high level of difficulty that the first game had. I think they shouldn't have had quite so many fighters. But that still doesn't mean that the game's bad. It's one of those things, when you're dealing with games of such quality as the Rogue Squadron series, it's like, when you say a game is bad, well, I don't really mean it's bad, I just mean it's not what I wanted, if that makes any sense, you know? It's one of those things where you've got games that are so good that that every complaint isn't really that big of a complaint, it's just a complaint. I guess that's the problem. It's like, there's not really a drop in quality, it's just how they did it I don't like. Now, of course, you can go to first person. I don't really play it in first person simply because I've always played it in third person. I generally like my flight sims to be from a third person perspective anyway. I just feel like I can see more. It's not as realistic. And you can't really go into third person in the X-Wing and TIE Fighter games. I mean, you can, but you definitely don't want to. That's the only game series, X-Wing and TIE Fighter are the only two games where I really like to play from first person. Alright, I think we got it. Now, you can really lose it when you do the trench run. You can crash, you can get shot to pieces. Now, the trench run has one major issue. Oh yeah, it more than holds up. It does more than hold up. Now, one of the things that's really annoying about the trench run, though, the one thing I really dislike about it, is unless you know what's happening or you get lucky, you can blow it right here. There's no obvious target. There's no modeled exhaust port. There is a modeled exhaust port in Rogue Squadron 1, but there isn't here. It's just a blank wall. And at first it's like, oh, we're getting towards the end. Of course I need to shoot it. If you shoot it, you lose. You kind of just have to, like... I'm actually, to be perfectly honest, I'll find out today if I'm right or wrong. I'm going to shoot, like, a couple of torpedoes at it just to be on the safe side, but I'm not going to shoot all of them at it. Because I think what you're supposed to do is you're not actually supposed to hit it. You're just supposed to have the torpedoes, and that counts as a win. And that's kind of annoying. I mean, it definitely is very counterintuitive to what you would expect. Oh, crap. Now, this is somewhat difficult because you got to really dodge these ties, and only a few hits can kill you. You can crash into the ground. You can crash into the sides. This is actually pretty stomach-clenching here. But still, though, this is very straightforward. It's all too straightforward, in my opinion. I mean, and it works. I mean, it does look and feel like you are playing the movie. And that, in and of itself, is really quite cool. Now, you notice Darth Vader's not down there. They didn't model a Darth Vader's TIE Fighter, the TIE Advanced X1. Which is fine. I mean... Oh, wait, there he is. Never mind. I thought they did... You know, I just now noticed. There he is. Okay, never mind. Oops. I know the Star Wars is... Oh, Dad, stop shooting at me! I swear I won't wreck the space fighter again! I was only a little drunk. That wasn't my, those weren't my death sticks. It was Biggs's, I swear. Alright, so, what do? What's really funny is, like, Luke, your targeting computer's off. No, it's not. And welcome, Silver Wings. Alright, so see, like, right here, it's just a wall. What the hell am I supposed to do? And it's like, okay, what the hell was I supposed to do there? What was I supposed to do? The game doesn't tell you. There's nothing there. It's just a wall. It's just a wall. And, like, I got it the very first time. But it's like, it's a wall. What am I supposed to shoot? What exactly is there for me to do? Now, I'll probably have to redo this level because I assume I'm just supposed to shoot it a bunch of times. But it's very counterintuitive. Like, they really needed to do a... I'm going to mention that in a review. It's like they really needed to model an exhaust port. It's just a wall. I don't understand. It's like, why would you do that? I get they were probably really, you know, pressed for time, but why would you not model an exhaust port? Now it's like, okay, what do I do here? Do I fire all the missiles? And that didn't do anything. And there goes, you know, that's just Alderaan. That didn't do anything. I honestly don't know what I'm supposed to do. I think it's a glitch. I got it to work several times, but yeah, no proton torpedoes left to fire at the exhaust port. What exactly was I supposed to do there? It didn't say anything. It looks like you're supposed to... We'll do it one more time. We'll do it one more time. It's less than 2 meters wide, but it's not modeled. It's not modeled. I don't see it. And also, it's like... Oh, no, don't tell me I'm going to have to... Okay, good. And that's the problem. It's like, yeah, you can lose the first level, but it's still massively easy right up to that point. Now, when I first replayed the level just on my own, I was able to get it first time out. But that's one of the more annoying aspects of this game, is that it doesn't really tell you what to do. And it's not like I want giant glowing things, but when it's a blank wall, and it's like you have to do something special, it's like, give me a clue. Model something, show me something. But no, we're going to try it again because it's really easy. If you can get it right. But it's not the best introductory to the game. It really isn't. The game really doesn't pick up until after the third mission. And the third mission is Battle of Hoth, which is not a very good Battle of Hoth. It's a visually impressive one, but it's very basic. Shoot the ground where the exhaust port should be. Aim low. Maybe I got lucky the first time and did aim low. But that's one of the things I don't like about certain games. It's where it's like, you guess right the first time, but you can never guess again. And it's like, I shouldn't have to guess. At least show me something, you know. Actually, I bet I know what I was supposed to do, and we'll try that. We'll try that. Actually, it's like, Luke, you turned off your targeting computer. It's like, well, no, I didn't. This is one of those Star Wars games where it's like, Luke, use the Force. It's like, I'm not Luke. I can't just use the Force. Which button is it? Press Y to use the Force. Alright, so we're just going to keep shooting down these ties. After this level, it gets a little more straightforward. And there's one level in particular that looks really difficult, but really isn't. There's a lot of luck-based stuff going on in this game. And, one of the luck-based levels is where, like, you can die in, like, the first 5 seconds. Now, Battle of Endor, which I hope we get to today, can be particularly difficult if you don't get lucky. I haven't really figured out a good strategy to actually beat it. I have completed it, though, which is good, because I hate to have to... Because if I don't complete... Actually, I kind of really do want to complete it here, because I do want to do the whole game, even though we're not off to a good start. Oops. Alright, well... It's like, there's just too many ties. It's like, at least give me some sort of objective. Something that I'm racing against the clock to do, and I'm not really racing against the clock to do anything. Now, unrelated to this game, I recently have been getting some footage for the Battlefront 2, the real version. And, you know, if it just had the campaign, that would be one of the best games in general. Because the campaign for Battlefront 2, the real version, is surprisingly good. I don't shit. Well, already off to a bad start. The campaign for Battlefront 2 is surprisingly good, actually. The story's good. The gameplay's good. If it was just Star Wars 501st, that they could have sold that separate. They really could have, because it works so well. Oh crap! That's the problem. I'm getting kind of cocky, getting a little too overconfident there. Even though this is not that difficult. All right, so what we're gonna have to do is, I bet I know what I did. I bet I know what I'm doing wrong, and that's not activating the targeting computer. There we go.
Since it would be very boring for the player to just go in a straight line down a corridor like that.
It's not a corridor.
Obstacles.
All right, now here we go.
Surprisingly enough,
All right, let's do it again.
the hardest part of this, putting this level together, because it's tricky to.
You see, this is easy enough to dodge. We're gonna get it. Don't worry.
Still.
And if I don't get it, I'll just move on to the next level anyway. I'm not going to do this anymore. If I lose this time, I'm just going to... I have it recorded for the review, so that's all I really care about. But you notice, it's like, it's one little element. Like, you survive all of this, and you lose. If you compare that to level 1 of Rogue Squadron 1, what ends up happening in that game is... you have greater control over what you can do. In this, it's like, you make one mistake. I'm probably going to get shot down by Vader. Yep. That's one of the things that's yet another aspect of this game I don't really like. Now I'm down to my last life. And the first one, it was no fault of my own. It was not modeled at all. Don't go above the trench. It didn't matter if I did or not. See, I can do that. It does not matter. I got shot by Vader. Alright, let's keep at it. Because he's going to show up. Because we had to do the same thing every time. Okay, I think that was that. Now, let's actually activate the targeting computer, and let's see if it actually shows anything. Because if it doesn't show anything, I'm just going to give it up. Now, we're approaching the brick wall. Okay, yeah, it is at the bottom. At least I think it is. Yeah, it's showing up. Maybe I was getting lucky that time. Okay, we did get it. It is at the bottom, but I swear it's not actually... it's not actually modeled. And yes, it is, and we shall see how it goes when we get there soon. Alright, so that's the first level. It's very cinematic, but it just doesn't hold up. ISON Corridor Ambush doesn't hold up as well. Doesn't hold up that amazingly. Now, once again, when I say it doesn't hold up, I'm saying it doesn't hold up to Rogue Squadron 1. If this was the only Rogue Squadron game here, it'd still be great. It's just that's how high the standards really are. Alright, so we were able to defeat the Death Star 1. Now, that trench run wasn't bad, but I still prefer the Rogue Squadron 1 trench run. Mainly because that one, it's so much more obvious of what you're trying to hit. And, it just works a little bit better. Now, this is where we can definitely see the difficulty has been lowered considerably. These transports that you have to protect are very easy to keep alive. All you're doing are fighting TIE fighters, and I'm not really sure why that is. I guess because it's easier to model, but it's like the TIE fighters are very easy to hit. They don't do that much damage. In Rogue Squadron 1, you're primarily dealing with TIE bombers, and I can tell you this. A TIE bomber could wipe out half of whatever you were trying to defend in like 5 seconds. Whereas the TIE fighters, it's just... You can get unlucky and get hit by one of these guys, and that's pretty much an insta-kill in this game. But most of the time, you know, they're just cannon fodder. And, you know, if you've got your little guys out there flying around shooting them, I mean, it's like, there's nothing to really worry about. And this is, of course, a space mission. In Rogue Squadron 1, you didn't actually have any space missions, except for the bonus Death Star 1 level. Mostly, it was just ground missions. There was Talaran as well, but that doesn't really count because it's a gas giant. And it's cool to be flying around in space. Now, of course, by 2001, when this came out, this was nothing really new to X-Wing and TIE Fighter players, such as myself. That's why when Battlefront 2 came out, they're like, now you can fight in space! It's like, well, I already did do that, but I guess it's cool to be able to do it again.
The cutscenes can be a lot more elaborate, and we can do
Now, we still don't have much story, though. It's like, it's just Star Wars. This is just something that links between the evacuation from Yavin and Battle of Hoth. And that's the problem. It's like there's no characters that we can see in the game. It's not like we're being introduced to anyone new. Now, yeah, the original voice actor from Star Wars, the original voice actor for Wedge comes back, but he doesn't have anything to say. He doesn't have anything to do. Oh, wait, there's one. I see him. Or maybe not. See, I didn't really do much in this one.
Camera cuts, which are pretty cool. We can pretty much do a lot of tricks. The one problem, like I said, is not being able to cheat as much as you want to.
Oh, I always love it in these science fiction things where like the fighters are like 2 inches away from one another.
Well, it's the first level in the game where there's no height map.
Now, our objective here is, of course, to go get in a new fighter. Now, you can't hear it because I still have the audio commentary on like an idiot. We're going to take that off in the next level. But you just hop into an A-Wing, and this is one of those things where, like, this is not particularly well written. It's like, we need something faster. Wait a minute, to fight TIE fighters? And then it's like, why are there TIE interceptors here? They haven't been made yet. It's like, okay. And you can easily fight a TIE interceptor, a squint, in a X-Wing. So, I don't even think they had A-Wings yet. Now, the A-Wings were an interesting craft in the EU. They weren't actually manufactured by any one starfighter manufacturer. They were just kind of made by everyone. And one of the great characters from the EU, Tycho Selchu, got an A-Wing and was actually flying it at the Battle of Endor. And in one of the books, he describes it as having wood paneling, because 70s. The internal part was made. The internal like bits here were made of greel wood, which was some kind of space wood that was stronger than steel. So yeah, he was literally flying a wooden ship. Now, there's actually a science fiction series that's not of the best quality by Kevin J. Anderson, the guy who did the Jedi Academy trilogy that people don't really like now for some reason, even though I actually kind of liked it back in the day. It's not the best stuff, but I didn't think it was absolutely horrible. It's another one of those space conceits. Oh yeah, it's not. The story isn't bad. It's just not as good. I mean, that's the thing. I'm complaining about the game, but I'm just comparing it to Rogue Squadron 1. Yeah, I can't even imagine what EA would have done to this. I can guarantee you it'd be very woke. It'd be very woke indeed. Let's see, where was I? Yeah, Kevin J. Anderson. He wrote a... And see, there you go. I got unlucky and crashed into a TIE interceptor. That's really the only way you can die in this. But let's try not to do that again, because I'd hate to have to replay the level. But yeah, Kevin J. Anderson isn't the best writer, but he's not as horrible as people say he is. But one of his book series was The Saga of the Seven Sons, which ran for like, I don't know how many goddamn books. I couldn't even finish it. Mainly because the characters were pretty lame. The villains weren't that amazing. It wasn't something that I really wanted to read that much anyway. But one of the cooler concepts, because he did have an original concept for the universe. The main villain was the main villains, the bad guys, were the Hydrogues. They lived inside of gas giants, and I almost crashed into that, but whatever. They lived inside of gas giants. And humanity had faster than light travel, but didn't have like subspace radio or anything. So they had to rely upon magic trees. And like you talk into the tree, and like it can somehow send a signal halfway across the galaxy. It was pretty. It was a neat concept. And there's like this hippie planet, and you can only get those trees on like a hippie planet. And also on the hippie planet, they had tree starships, and the trees didn't like the Hydrogues. It was imaginative, but the writing just didn't hold up. The biggest problem with ISON Corridor is it's too easy to just kind of fly around and let your let the other pilots shoot everything. 2001: A Space Odyssey, the book. Oh yeah, was an absolutely excellent novel, but it was not a very good movie. The big problem with the movie, and I did a review on that. I had to take it down because of all the copyrighted stuff, and then I lost the review in a hard drive malfunction. But, that being said, one of the biggest problems with 2001: A Space Odyssey is simply the fact that... I'm trying to think of the best way to put this. I gotta try to remember how to... Okay, is that game settings? Evidently not. I'm trying to find how to turn that off. Oh, it's a special feature, I bet. And it is. Alright, let's turn that off. So we no longer have to listen to them talking about the game. So we can actually hear the game. But the big problem with 2001: A Space Odyssey is it thinks it's better than it is. Like, it just assumes that you're gonna worship it as, like, the great work. When in fact, it's really not nearly... It's one of the... I actually asked somebody, straight up asked somebody from that era, why people liked it. And I bet this is a reason that many people went to see it. Because this is the reason he gave. It was a movie that the young people went to make out. That was it. It's a 3-hour-long movie. Seems legit to me, because they're certainly not missing anything. The book actually had some really great writing. Arthur C. Clarke could actually write decently enough. Some of his stuff was a little, shall we say, edgy. Childhood End, for example. It's like, oh yeah, humanity's dead, but, the science. That still looks fucking good, by the way. Look at that. That's 2001. Copyright 2001. Nintendo GameCube. This mission also has a bug in it. In fact, when I was playing this for the review, it just straight up crashed when I was going to complete it. Now, there's a glitch that can happen where you can progress from take down the AT-ATs to the next mission where you have to shoot down some bombers, and it'll say you didn't take down enough AT-ATs. It's like, what? You can't even go back. Okay, so here we have Battle of Hoth. And Battle of Hoth looks good, it plays good, but it plays a lot simpler than the Battle of Hoth in Rogue Squadron 1. In Rogue Squadron 1, you had so much more to do. You had to, like, rescue a guy, you had to shoot down probe droids. I do find it funny that there's no probe droids in this. For some reason, in a lot of early Star Wars games, you had to, like, shoot down probe droids all the time. It was pretty hilarious, really. But in this, pretty much all you do is take down AT-STs. And you tie up some AT-ATs, and that's it. I mean, it's fun, but it's like, where's the rest of the game? Oh, but how... And I guarantee you, like, back in the day, I'd be like, this game is so much easier than the previous one, man. It's terrible. Whereas, you know what? There's more complexity here than what you'd get in a modern game. Half the game would be a... If this were a modern game, half the game would be a cutscene. So, yeah, I mean, just look at Battlefront EA. One of the funny things about Battlefront EA is, like, they just now have, like, Anakin Skywalker in it. It's like, well, you know, Anakin Skywalker shipped with the original game. It's like, Count Dooku, man. Count Dooku's in the game. And hello, Jacques. Let's see. Best Hoth battle, Shadows of the Empire, Rogue Squadron, or Rogue Leader. I would say Rogue Squadron. Shadows of the Empire is pretty good, but it gets a little repetitive. Rogue Squadron, yeah, it's a bonus mission, but the way it's laid out, what you have to do in it, it's just a little more impressive to me.
Use your harpoons and tow cables. Go for the legs. It might be our only chance of stopping them.
Rogue Leader isn't bad, but it's just a little repetitive as well. Graphically, this is probably the best looking Battle of Hoth outside of the movie. And remember, 2001. 2001. A GameCube Odyssey. I feel this cutscene goes on over long. Because it's like, just let us tie him up already. We already know.
You'll have to make this shot. I'll cover for you. Set your harpoon. Follow me on the next pass. Coming around, Rogue Leader.
Kolot. Never even heard of it. Or maybe I have. I don't know. I'll have to look at it. At least no one's asked me about Resident Evil 2 today. Ugh. You know, Resident Evil 2, I don't have a problem with it. It's just I don't really care. Right now, at least. Hey, those AT-AT cannons are firing way too fast.
Copy, I've been hit. Echo Base Commander Skywalker is down.
Wedge, lead the attack against the walkers.
Okay, rogue group. Stay on these walkers.
Rogue group, all 2 of us.
Bring down as many
No,
as
there's
you
3 now. Okay, so we'll see if it glitches out.
can. Attack those walkers.
Now, tying up the walkers is not an easy prospect, though. Especially if you're not used to the GameCube controller. It's very easy to crash into the head. It's easy to crash into the leg. The camera works fine. But the GameCube joystick is just a little more sensitive than you might otherwise expect. Especially if you're coming off of like a PS2 joystick. It's still a nice enough little joystick, though. I mean, it works. That's the important thing. Now, you can easily die in that little camera angling transition, though. I've had that happen so many times, it's not even funny. Like right there, trying to get just the right angling on the joystick so you can really just turn fast enough. There's also issues with that. And you can definitely tell we're running this at a higher screen resolution, though, because the actual tow cable, if you're running this in like 360p or something, it's gonna look like shit. And let's grab him up. Now, I actually do have an AT-AT. Not like a real one, but the 1990s reissue of the toy. That is an awesome toy. I remember getting that for my birthday and being so excited, because it really is a really cool toy. I mean, I still have it to this day. I mean, it's huge. And mine came with a General Veers and a AT-AT driver. Alright, now we'll see if it glitches out. I hope it doesn't. Because, like, I tied up the 3 guys. I think it'll only glitch out when you die. Because that's one of the things I've noticed.
Your orders are to retreat. Rogues, we need escorts for the remaining transports. There are X-Wings fueled and waiting for you at Echo Base. Protect the transport.
I always find it funny when they say fueled. What does it run on, avgas?
Good luck.
You gotta put in the dilithium. Alright, we're gonna join the old Discord chat in a minute after this level, but I thought I would just appear solo for the first 3 levels. Oh, solo. I actually got an idea for that song, because obviously I can't play any of the music in that horrible Star Wars Connect. I might just have someone else, like, sing it, kind of half-heartedly. I'll just have to see about that. Alright, let's see if it glitches. Because if it's going to glitch, it'll be around this time, because they're like, you didn't destroy enough walkers. It's like, what? Then why did you give me the cutscene transition, then? Why did you give me the cutscene transition? Now, I used to remember exactly where these fighters came from. Alright, let's do it. Let's take us out some TIE bombers. See, they're in the game, it's just they're not often in the game. They take a few more hits, too. Like, you gotta chew them up. Chew them up and spit them out. There we go. Controls are a little smoother, actually, on the GameCube controller. That's one thing I gotta say, it's quite good.
Take out those fighters for me.
There are improvements in this game. There's a few things I just disagree with. Oh, where's those bombers? There they are. Like, you can't speed up without closing the S-foils. I don't really like that, because sometimes you don't need that much speed. The AI on the enemy fighters is actually pretty good. Now, actually trying to hit some of those TIE bombers, though, can be a little annoying, because they can fly higher than you can. And then you gotta try to find out where they went. Like, now I can't find them. I'm gonna blame the chat just because I can. Oh, wait, there they go. Oh, there's some. Where are those TIE bombers? I don't see them. I know they gotta be somewhere around here. I can hear them blowing things up. Ah, there they are.
Copy that. We're going after
Yeah, turn them around. And you don't really have an issue where you can't turn around fast enough. Because if you're in the right fighter, there's no real issue. I'm not going to say we're out of the woods yet. The space woods. Well, actually... Okay, I think just got a couple more fighters to take down. It's one of those things where you can get really unlucky and have one crash into you. They really seem very fond of that. Oh, don't crash into one of those. Always a big fan of the Rebel Transport. I like the way it looks. I'd like to have gotten one of the Rebel Transport action figure holders, but I never ended up getting one. Okay, there they go. Just need to fly a little faster. Just a little.
We copy, Wedge. Going after the fighter.
The original Wedge, all he gets to tell you is, go after those fighters. Go after those fighters. Go after those fighters. It's pretty cheap.
Great job, Rogue Group. Now follow those transports and get out of here.
We're all clear.
Yeah, I'm not going to go see Solo. And no, this is not on Dolphin. This is on a Wii. This is on a Wii with a Wii to HDMI adapter. But see, look at how easy Hoth was. And we didn't glitch out. Thank Yasmir for that. Alright, so, let's see here. What we want to do is we want to do this. I want to do that.
A dangerous region of space.
Alright, let's do that.
Imperial installation and inflict as much damage as possible before Imperial reinforcements arrive.
Alright, let's see if anybody's in there. And go ahead and join and let everybody kind of filter in as they will. Alright, actually let me move this. You know, sometimes having two monitors just isn't enough. Sometimes you need a third.
Yeah, I'm just kind of busy for a second. I'll be right back.
Okay. Solo movie was light years ahead of The Last Jedi. You know, from what I've heard, I would still hate the Solo movie. You gotta remember, I've read all of the pretty much all of the EU. I stopped when it got really crappy around 2008. Actually, no, 2010. I gotta remember that. The original trilogy stuff kept going on concurrently with the Clone Wars stuff. And I actually stopped reading the original trilogy stuff when it hit midway Legacy of the Force. But I was still reading the Clone Wars era stuff, specifically Republic Commando. So that'd be around 2010. Whenever Imperial Commando was released, that was pretty much my last Star Wars book. Then I kind of got a little bit back into it, but it was still pretty crappy. Millennium Falcon should have been a good book. You know, it's about the Millennium Falcon, right? It's going to be great, right? No. I'll tell you this, though. It's kind of like with this game. Millennium Falcon wasn't an absolutely horrible novel. It just wasn't very good. It didn't live up to what the original novels were like. And hello, Big Swole. This is similar to the spaceport mission in Rogue Squadron 1. However, it's still a lot easier. It's very graphically impressive, though. I will always say that. This is a very, very graphically impressive game. Be nice if I could run it on Dolphin, though. And you can, like, waste some...
I'm getting a strange sensor reading. Might be Imperial. Stay alert and watch out for fighter patrols.
Yes, all three of us.
Standing by.
Go after those fighters! That's all I can say! Umly Duke Van Raj? Shit, don't crash into the... Do not crash into the rock, please. Now, of course, the ion cannons work a bit differently. You have to hold them down, and it's one big ion cannon blast. Now, this little camera thing here is cool most of the time. There's times where that can kind of get you killed, where it's like, I need to see! I must see! And then you did crash into something. But it happens very seldom. And it's better that... It's good that it's there versus not. Now, there should be an Imperial shuttle showing up here. And we're gonna blow him up! Because he's a traitor to the cause. At least we're gonna say he is. Star Wars to Bungie. That'd be interesting. There's probably... Well, there's probably never gonna be another good single-player Star Wars game, period. EA would... Can you imagine the cutscene / corridor fest that would be? I mean... Imagine an Imperial Commando done by EA. Blaster DLC. I can just picture that now. It's like, oh, you need more Tabana gas? Well, guess what? You can buy this loot box, and you might get more Tabana gas for your blasters. Trying to hit these bastards is not an easy prospect. Oh, crap! Ah! This is precisely why I like my third-person view. Thank you very much. Alright, that went just slightly above it. Now, of course, in this real life, you'd have to require a shitload of almost unimaginable mathematic calculations to hit something from that distance going at this speed. Okay, wait a minute. We need to go after the fighters.
Got him in my sights.
That's all I can say. They only paid me to say that, okay? So I can't really give you any more commands than go after the fighters. Hit it!
One more to go.
Go, 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 go! One more to go! That's another line he likes to say a lot. Got it. At least I think I did. No, I didn't. Shit. It's one of those science fiction conceits as well. You realize the size of this shield generator would have to be?
Rogue leader here.
Did you manage to get
Anthem is a story-driven co-op third-person shooter. I'm just wondering why they didn't just make it a single-player game. Who knows? I have no intention of actually playing Anthem.
Anyone can hear this transmission. Please respond.
Identify yourself.
My name is Carrie Neff. I'm the leader of the prisoners here. Some of my people were brought here from Hoth. A few
Not the
of us were
ATPTs!
but we need help to free the others.
All right, Carrie. What can we do to help?
Destroy the guns guarding the prison building. If you take out those guard towers, we can help you. Wedge, we're transmitting targeting information to you.
How is she doing this?
We need help! Hurry up and destroy those guard towers.
Oh, okay. What's really funny is I don't know how well you guys can hear that. It's like, Rogue Squadron, we need help! It's like, well, that's a obvious Cartoon Network voice actor, and it is! That is a Cartoon Network voice actor, and it's very obvious. It's not bad voice acting, it's just, doesn't really fit. Oh crap, I'm getting shot to pieces. Go to those guns!
I'm on it, Rogue leader.
Now, what's kind of funny is,
More to go.
these turbo laser towers look a lot like the missile turrets from the previous game. Oh, come on, blow it up!
One more to go.
Man, if only we could just drop nukes on these guys. That might be a little overkill. This is still substantially easier than Rogue Squadron 1's similar mission.
Captain Antilles, we're so glad that you're here. We need access to weapons.
Oh, go back to Cartoon Network, dude.
Destroy the guard towers around
Stop
the
whining at me and go back to Cartoon Network. Johnny Bravo misses you. I think that's the Johnny Bravo nerdy guy. I think. It sounds a lot like him. Or I could just be projecting. Go after those fighters!
On the leader.
Oh, you are on the leader? Oh, yeah, that's good to know. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go out a little further, come back, and drop a bomb right on his head. Hit it!
One more to go.
One more to go. Where is it? It's like, where the hell is it? Oh crap! Am I gonna blow it by not being able to find that last one? I might, because I can't find it. I'm gonna blame the chat. Because of course you have to destroy them all. See, when I'm not recording, I can find it all. Oh, where the hell is it? Go after the guns. Maybe one of you can find it. Now I've got a fucking TIE interceptor on my tail. Yeah, destroy all objective marks by the things. Okay, yeah. And if I have to do it again, that's fine. It's not a particularly long mission. Destroy the ATPTs. Just fuck those guys. Where the hell is that last tower? It should just be around here somewhere. I'm not seeing it. It's probably right in front of my face, too. There's a bunch of ATPTs that are bunched up like idiots. Oh, I think no, there it is. Hey, that was easy to miss. I don't feel bad about that. I don't think that destroyed it, though.
We're armed and ready to go.
But I bet that did.
Take out the communication relays.
Now, when I first played this mission, I wasn't actually paying attention to what they were saying.
Go after the fighters.
And
Heading for the fighters.
what's kind of funny is I was just flying around, like, dropping bombs on ATPTs. Like, I didn't really know what they wanted me to do. And I was like, oh, maybe I gotta blow this up. And by that point, the Star Destroyer patrols had made it, and we all died. The end. The space telegraph just didn't work. Yeah, turn around. Now this looks really cool. I mean, this looks good even for today. I can't, once again, I can't imagine how simplified this would be if they released Rogue Squadron today. And I got smacked by a fighter. Perfect Dark Zero feels like Time Splitters. Solus is Hell, yes it is. Transformers the movie. This is not well emulating Dolphin yet. Yeah, sound issues do abound. Press start, it tells you what to do. It doesn't tell you exactly what to do. Like, look at this. It says, destroy all objectives marked by the prisoners. Well, the problem is, like, it shows you the general location of some of this stuff, but it's like, what exactly am I supposed to attack here? Now, you'll notice the bombs will actually regenerate. However, most of the time, your secondary weapons will not regenerate. So if you know what, Johnny Bravo guys, shut the fuck up. Help us! I help those who help themselves!
Need access to the hangar.
These guys really do come off as really whiny and really wimpy.
Go after the fighters. I copy that, road leader.
Transformers the movie. I'm pretty sure I've talked about this on occasion, but the soundtrack is great. The movie is not. Actually, no, I take that back. The first 20 minutes of the movie's great. The rest is pretty bad. And that's not because they introduce new characters and stuff like that. The reason why I think it's pretty bad is just because it's really poorly written. If you know nothing about Transformers, I think even if you do know something about Transformers, it's like, what the hell is going on? And it's one of those instances where the movie is less ambitious than your average episode of the TV show. It's like, oh, it's got Unicron, but sadly the story is just so basic, and it's one of those things where just things happen. It's like, oh, the end of the Cybertronian Wars! And it's like, really? It seemed kind of fast. What about the rest of the Decepticons? It's one of those things that if you haven't seen the original show in like a really long time, and that's like the only Transformers thing you've seen, it's like, oh, it's not that bad.
Hurry up and destroy those guard towers.
But honestly, the first 4 episodes of the TV series make for a much better movie than Transformers the movie itself. It's like Best of Both Worlds is a much better movie than Best of Both Worlds is actually a much better movie than a lot of the TNG movies, sans First Contact, and even First Contact isn't that.
We need help.
You know,
Protect the prisoners.
really, of course, we have to protect prisoners. Somebody's got to protect me. They're shooting me. No crash into it.
I copy that, road leader. Heading for the fighters.
Be nice if I had, you know, like an X-Wing, but this is a bomber. Trying to take down. There's just too many fighters here. They're not really doing much of anything. They're just kind of sitting there. And that's one of the things I don't like. It's just like the camera zooms out, and I'm trying to. Damn. But come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yay!
Let's get out of here.
Alright, we completed yet another mission. Now, there's a problem here. The Maw, they don't know the Maw exists until Kevin J. Anderson's book trilogy, but whatever. We don't care. We just want to blow shit up. Transformers Prime. I've seen like a couple episodes of that. It's not bad. And Michael Bay should make another Bad Boys. Honestly, I don't remember anything about Bad Boys 1 or 2, so yeah. Michael Bay's Transformers films, you know, Transformers 1, for example, is one of those movies that, when it came out, it was a very impressive film. You know, on the surface, it took the concept of the Transformers pretty seriously, you know. It had a lot of death, it had a lot of, for that time, really good graphics. The lead actor was, well, he was something, all right. The parents were, well, they were something, all right.
An Imperial cruiser. It captured the racer.
Wouldn't you say it's a Star Destroyer? Why is it a cruiser? I don't think you know your naval terminology very well, dude.
Once the shields are down, we
Yeah, it's like Transformers 1. Yeah,
keep those fighters off our
it,
backs.
it was part of an introduction to, we're going to take this stuff seriously now versus treating it like stupid kid stuff. That's really, that's effectively what it was.
Orders, Wedge.
It was similar in concept, but not in execution,
Going after the fighters.
to
Leader, this is the frigate.
Iron Man 1. It's like, we're not going to treat superhero stuff like it's,
Gotta protect the frigate at all
you know, stupid kid stuff. We're going to treat superhero stuff like it's every bit as important as something else. Transformers the movie now, it doesn't really hold up as well as one would think. The parents are annoying, the lead actor's annoying, there's not hardly any action in it. And what action there is looks good, but it lasts just a couple of seconds. And it makes sense, because, you know, every scene you got a Transformer there, it's like millions of dollars is being spent. I mean, and don't get me wrong, the Transformers look great. Optimus Prime, of course, is great, but after the first movie, they really fell into the issue of, we're not going to have any other characters than Optimus Prime. We're not going to characterize any of the other Transformers but Optimus Prime. That's it. That's all you get.
We copy. We're going after the
And that's the annoying thing. It's like, they could have done a lot better, but they didn't. I will admit that really cool scene with Optimus cutting one of those Decepticons' heads off was great. I mean, you see that for the first time? At that time, you'd never really seen anything look that good. So, of course, people are going to go nuts over it. Transformers 2, it's pretty much more of the same. People really like to hate on Transformers 2 like it's like this worst movie ever made. It's not that bad. It's not very good either, but it did what it set out to do. And that was be a sequel to a popcorn film that you watch once. Transformers is one of those film franchises that it got worse as it went along, and ultimately it was never really that good to begin with. But if you saw it once at the theater, you have your popcorn or your ice cream or whatever the case may be, then yeah, you're gonna love it. What I remember seeing that was kind of funny though is I knew a fan of that film franchise, and they would watch it on a regular basis, but they wouldn't really watch it. They would fast forward to just the battle scenes. And it's definitely one of those franchises that you only watch the battle scenes on YouTube and never pay attention to it ever again. Because the battle scenes are great, but there's just so much crap in that film that it's really quite painful to sit through. Transformers 3 was by far the worst in my opinion. The characters were even more annoying. The battle sequences really weren't that compelling. And I've not seen any past Transformers the Third. And that's where you get really unlucky and die. I'm going to have to redo it because you will run out of missiles. Now sometimes, depending on your good fortune, you can take out these TIEs pretty fast and start attacking the Star Destroyer. But sometimes you get unlucky and crash into the ship. Sometimes you can get kind of unlucky and you're stuck just shooting TIE after TIE after TIE. And it's like, come on! Come on! I'm sick of shooting these goddamn things.
Aye.
What up? But yeah, Transformers, you know, Transformers the games have been pretty good. The War for Cybertrons and stuff like that.
Let's go after the Star Destroyer.
Alright, so here's where it can get tough. Now, one thing you'll notice with the Star Destroyer is the scaling is all off. That Star Destroyer is about half the size it should be. That's one of the things that Battlefront 2 did really well, is the Star Destroyer looked great. I mean, it was huge. Now, one thing that's really aggravating about this mission, especially since I already lost a life because I crashed into one of these flying bastards, is, in fact, I can almost guarantee you we're going to have to do this twice, is there's so many point defenses on this Star Destroyer. I've never seen. It's like, why even have a Lancer class frigate? Why do you even need that? Look at all the point defenses. It's ridiculous. And they will shred you like you wouldn't believe. Miami Vice reboot, never really cared. Great doing Duke Nukem, probably not. Let's see.
Say, is that a live action Duke Nukem thing still a thing?
You know, I don't know, and I'll be honest with you, I don't really care. I just don't. The thing is, it's like, at the end of the day, it's still just a Duke Nukem movie. It's not going to really do that much. Duke Nukem didn't have a story to begin with. Duke Nukem was, I must fight alien bastards. Once alien bastards are fought, chicks. That's always been my biggest, that's always been the biggest flaw of Duke Nukem. Duke Nukem has no character. And that's the funny thing, where it's like, well, Duke Nukem doesn't need a character. Well, then how are you going to make a movie out of a guy who doesn't have character? How do you do that?
He's an 80s action man that likes the babes. That's his motif, though.
Well, yeah, but, you know, there's a lot of 80s action heroes that had character. You know, John Matrix had character. Now look at this. Look at how much shit is going on screen. That's the other problem I have with this game. Is there's too much shit going on. Now, having a busy screen isn't bad, but sometimes it just gets a little overwhelming. It's like, look at how much shit going on. I don't even know what to do. There's so many enemy fighters. Blood up, blood up, blood up, blood up, blood up. And that's where it can kind of get a little aggravating. It's like, have one or the other. Have a bunch of ties or have a bunch of point defenses. It just kind of gets a little obnoxious at times. Or at least to me. Rogue Squadron 1, I think it was mainly due to technical limitations. It was a very clean game. You could really tell what was going on at all times. We might not have to do it twice, because I still have that extra life. So we're pretty good. All we should have to do is... you can kamikaze, but we're not going to do that. Alright, we got to take out the bridge. Oh man, this was hard. Blood up, blood up, blood up, blood up, blood up. Yeah, there we go. That was hard, because of like, I thought you had to take out the whole bridge tower, not just the one little window that was so obvious. So I'm trying to shoot it from behind so I don't get hit. So, oh well. Also, you gotta love how it crashes. It just kind of gets sucked into the gravity well. Bumblebee movie. One of these days, I will see that. They did make Doom into a movie, a shitty movie. They made Doom into a novel series that was great. But Duke Nukem never got his novel series. I'd have read it. They made Shadow Warrior into a novel duology. That was pretty good. That was really good, actually. The Shadow Warrior duology was surprisingly well written for what it was. I'm surprised that it was as good as it was. In the second novel, Lo Wang actually has to fight a dinosaur man. And like Lo Wang's like, I don't know how to fight dinosaur. I know the crane technique, the tiger technique, the bear technique, but not the velociraptor technique. It was still pretty good though. No, Juke is Juke Nukem, huh? That's his father.
Juke's going to spell Nukem.
John Cena signed up.
Rogues, this is Crix. We need air cover on our way to the Star Destroyer. Yes,
Duke
sir.
is a child. Duke Motel. Oh, Bates Motel. I liked Bates Motel. But, you know, okay, for such a little dweeby guy, Norman Bates, like, I don't get it. It's like going, does he, like, get, like, a stamina buff when he goes nuts? It's like plus 10 to strength and dex. So I'm sorry, that little guy should not be able to kill that many people. You know, I guess if you ever showed up in Texas, it's like, I don't think he'd survive against me. And that's not me that's not me with false confidence either. I'm just saying. Of course, if he showed up with a knife, he would find that in Texas we have these things that shoot little bits of metal and,
Rogue leader, we need support.
Oh, shut up, Crix. No, slingshots.
Oh. Interesting.
You know,
What
I
is
know
this?
it's something called sarcasm. It's where I say something that isn't true.
I know, I'm just being an ass.
Wrist rockets. That's also what they're referred to as. Although, you know, I'm not lying when I say that, though. A wrist rocket does allow you to shoot metal bullets. See, that's something a lot of people don't know of. Slings, or slingshots, you can shoot bits of metal that are also called bullets. And, let me put it this way, getting hit with a slingshot is not fun. I can tell you that. It's often kind of made fun of in media. Shut up, Crix! What more do you want from me?
Levels within the
I'm one man. I may be a classically trained voice actor man, but... Now, there's many ways to lose this mission here. This is actually a pretty cool mission that actually kind of ties into X-Wing and TIE Fighter. In this, there's actually a TIE Fighter mission that does pretty much the same thing as this. But there's a lot of ways you can lose this. It's one of those things where you can lose it in about the first 5 seconds, if you're not lucky. Because that transport has shields of, like, tissue paper. Like, I'm telling you, they are weak. And you can die... Well, no, you can die fast. This is still a Rogue Squadron game. I might be kind of disparaging it here and there, but it's still a Rogue Squadron game. You get unlucky, you smash into one of these TIE fighters, they can shoot you down. Oh, yeah, they can. But they can shoot this thing down a lot faster, too. So I did... And there's been times where I played this level where those TIE fighters shoot him just as he lands. And since this is such a good game, it's like all you want to do is like just slam that control, but nope, you gotta try again. That's the one aspect of this game, both Rogue Squadron 1, 2, and 3, where no matter how pissed off it makes you, you don't want to stop playing. You want to show the game who's boss, you know. Got him. Oh, someone shot a red-hot railroad spike using a crossbow. Ah, Fall of Cybertron. That is a hard game. And hello, Chris Dreamer. Arx Vitalis, I have not played that as of yet. Whoa! Alright, so, of course, we have to hop into the speeder, because if we don't, we can't tie up these guys. Now, I think this is another conceit. Now, Raynick made the assertion that the armor's too thick. In Rogue Squadron Book 8, Wedge uses an... Okay, this is where you can get fucked fast. Okay? You get fucked fast here if you don't do it right. You can crash into the head, you can crash into the leg, and you better hurry up too, because these guys will blast that transport to pieces. Man, I gotta tell you, when I first played this level, I was crashing into everything. And it is really infuriating. There's 3 levels to this level, all of which have to be played sequentially. There's no in-level checkpoints. And so, like, what's really kind of funny, and I'll mention this when we get to it, assuming we do. Assuming we do. Never assume you're gonna get there. Now, you only have so much time to get over here. Because, like I said, those things will blast that out of the... Okay, there we go. I'm probably going to lose it, because I'm not getting a good cable attach. Now, see, here's the problem, though. You don't want to do it from the wrong angle, because if you do... Ooh, that was lucky. Because, see, if you do that from the wrong angle, as that camera cycles over, you're going to crash right into the head. And, of course, that's an insta-kill. Ooh. Now, you can slam on the brakes, but you don't really have time for that. Because you got to take out those AT-ATs fast. Now, I'm not really sure how anyone survived on that ship, but whatever. Much less have functional AT-ATs, but... Vidya Gam. Ooh, that was lucky. I think the only reason I'm not doing particularly badly is because I've played this level so much, because this is a really, really fun level. I think this is probably my favorite level out of the entire game. But when because it's really impressive. Alright, now, you know what you can do? You can easily fly around in this speeder. And I did that by accident. You're supposed to get in the Y-Wing, but it doesn't tell you to do that. So it's like, you gotta stop the AT-PTs from shooting up the Kriegsmarine. Okay, guess what? If you don't jump in that I was able to kill all these AT-PTs. They're coming out of the water. And it's a really cool scene, look at that. It looks really creepy, too. It's like, they're coming out of the water, man. They're coming out of the goddamn water. You know, Crix, look, I'm one man and one starfighter. Take him out.
Take out those walkers.
It's like they're coming out of the water, man. Let's fly over here. There's a lot of AT-PTs, too. And once again, you can get fucked if you don't keep a lookout on these guys. Because, once again, there's a lot of them. Look at how many enemies are on screen. 2001, A Star Trek Odyssey. No, wait, Star Wars Odyssey. Oops. Oh, poor Star Trek. STD. You know, the more I see of Season 2, the worse I think the show has actually become. You know, the holodeck room. I find it really funny, though, that the Klingons have hair now. And it's so funny. Yeah, they got hair now. Because the war's over, you see, and they only shave their hair. When Klingons go to war, they shave their hair and, like, basically genetically engineer themselves to not look like Klingons. Okay? That makes perfect sense. Because I know that when various countries go to war, they just completely change how they look. You know, they, like, get extra arms added, extra legs. Alright, now we gotta go crack that open. Yeah, Worf had hair. Cool world. I have not seen that in many years. Nor have I seen the Ralph Bakshi thing, either. Dolph Lundgren was portraying this in Dark Angel. Oh yeah, I've seen that! And it's Houston, not... There's an O in that. I've actually seen that movie. It's also known as I Come in Peace as well. And yeah, Klingons did have hair. They have hair in everything but STD. Alright, so what we gotta do is we gotta blow that up. But we also gotta watch out for the ATPTs as well. It's very easy to get focused on blowing open that thing, all the while forgetting about the ATPTs. And if you don't focus on the ATPTs and that, everybody dies, mission over. But the game doesn't tell you this. I want you to understand that. The game does not bother to tell you any of this important stuff. Which kind of annoys me at times. Drop it!
Right on target. Perfect hit. Another hit like that and we've got it. Hull penetrated. That did it. The hull is breached.
Drop it!
Nice shot, Rogue Leader.
You're welcome.
I'm on it, Rogue Leader.
You're welcome, Crix. Please tell me I did everything I gotta do. Okay, destroy all ATPTs. Alright, just gotta make sure. That looks so good. I mean, come on. 2001, and it's got the gameplay to match. Because this was the golden age of gaming. Where you had graphics, you had the gameplay, you had everything. And now we have the dark times of the games. I hope I haven't missed like an ATPT and they're killing everyone. Or I get shot down.
I definitely missed like a dozen.
I'm not seeing them. I can hear something moving.
Take out those walkers. Leave it to me.
Oh, there they are. I see them. Never mind.
Located the data. Beginning upload now.
Of course, you know what's funny here?
Now I see why the Empire was so eager to prevent us from getting this data.
Okay, so you know what the funny part about this is, though? Okay, that Star Destroyer is going to destroy that whole planet. Everybody on there's dead. Yeah, they did not explore or discover anything. Disco. People hate the show called Star Trek. I like STD, to be perfectly honest. Because that's exactly what that is. STD is just... It's bad. You know, here's my problem with STD beyond... After this level, I'm going to have to check the plumbing. You know, when I get into a game, I just kind of shut down everything else. I'm not really paying attention to anything else, and this is so good. It's good! It's not as good as Rogue Squadron 1, but goddamn is it good. PS2 is probably one of the best consoles ever. I still like the N64 a bit more than that, but in terms of sheer number of games, yeah, the PS2 probably is one of the best. Second best. Third best. Third best. First one, N64. Second one, Neo Geo. 4 bright buttons, 2 joysticks. You're not too high. Yeah. What? Bullshit! I shut that down! I shut it down! Must have missed one.
Yeah, speaking of video games, E-Hexen 2.
Not bad. That is not an easy thing to do.
This is Crick's Mayday.
Yeah, Crow, when it cut... Neo Geo Casanova. Well, you know, so what? If you wanted the best gaming console of the 90s, well, most of the 90s.
My ion cannons. Getting too close to their sensors. I better fly low.
Oh, no, don't tell me it's a... Don't tell me it's a glitch. Okay, it's fine. Oh, it still reads it as functional, even though it shouldn't be, because I did shut it down.
I need to fly lower.
Oh, I'm screwed. I hit it! Too late.
Close to their sensors.
Fuck it.
They pick me up on their sensors.
Yeah, there we go. This can be easy or hard, depending on if it doesn't glitch out, which it is, or you miss, which I am. Short pass through any hands. Adding apple juice. Keep doing it till it's just plain water. Well, okay. A soap opera and sci-fi can work.
Disrupt their sensors.
The first 3 seasons of Battlestar Galactica worked. Then they landed on New Caprica, and no. No. Okay, so it's glitched out. This level is completely glitched out, unfortunately. I must have a glitchy disc, or this game was glitchy in general. I don't know which. Okay, well, all we should do is turn and fire. Shit. Hit it!
Getting too close to
Yep, I fucked up again.
Getting too close to their sensors. I better fly low.
Yeah, I fucked it. I keep fucking up, because all I should have to do is shoot that one thing once. But it's not picking up, it's not registering that I'm doing it, and I keep missing that second one. Once you get the second one, it really is pretty easy to finish the whole level.
This is Crick's Mayday.
Yeah, Crix Maydeen. Shut up. Shut the fuck up, Crix. Nobody likes you.
Sensors. I should try to use my ion cannons. Getting too close to their sensors.
Alright, if you liked him, how'd he die?
Just being an ass.
Alright, now what we want to do... We can't get too high. We gotta lay off that spice, Wedge. Can't get high. When you... Can't screw blue women either. And yes, he screwed blue women.
Getting too close to their sensors.
Shit!
I need to fly lower. They pick me up on their sensors.
Yep, there we go. They had sci-fi writers who don't have to make their own show. Orville, yes. Expensive as shit. It's like the budget of the movies. Yes. The Orville isn't really campy. If you look at the overall complexity of the plots,
This is Crick's Mayday.
the problem is campiness is often mistaken for
If I could
a show not being
sensors,
edgy.
I should try to use my ion cannons.
The big problem is, just because somebody isn't getting shot, raped, dismembered, having a member of their family killed, and stuff like that, does not mean the show is any more serious than a show that actually has some happiness. That's always been one of my big problems with stuff like Discovery.
Getting too close to their sensors.
The Orville deals with a lot of real-world issues that Discovery isn't really touching. Discovery is just, you know, what misery can we inflict today? And even then, it's not really even misery. It's just, what poorly written crap can we inflict on the audience?
Sensors.
No, they didn't! No, they didn't, Wedge. They didn't pick you up on their sensors because I shut them down with the... So this mission is glitched out, which means the easy way of just shooting them with the ion cannon is not doable. I don't get it.
This is Crick's Mayday.
I keep finding all these glitches. Alright, well, this mission might not be completable with this
Try to use my ion cannons.
profile I created, so I might have to go do it on my other one. Alright, so what we have to do is just gotta fly low. And that ain't easy.
Getting too close to their
The Orville is more or less modernized TNG. Most of the plots come from TNG. Take this week's episode, which I saw yesterday. It is basically shit!
They pick me up on their sensors.
Fuck!
I didn't know that was that terrible.
It was basically a modernized version of a Data episode from TNG. The Data episode where he tries to go out on a date and kind of screws it up. It was that. And, you know, it worked pretty well. It was pretty much the same thing. You know, there was an episode a few weeks back. It was a Bortus episode wherein... why can't this work? See, this pisses me off. See, that should have shut it down, but it didn't. So that makes this about 1 billion times harder. But yeah, it was a Bortus episode where he was dealing from holodeck addiction. And that's still an issue to this day. Not holodeck addiction, but it was treated like a traditional porn addiction, which I think holodeck addiction was meant to be as well.
Pick me up on their sensors.
Okay, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do there? How am I supposed to not be picked up by those sensors? I think you're supposed to hit them. Okay, you know what? Fuck this game. Back to mission select. We're going to go. So, basically, I'm just going to do an entire run-through on a completely new... actually, hold on. Maybe we can actually just go back in there. Maybe I can, like, reboot the thing. We'll see what happens. Let's see.
Things are acting weird here. Not pleased.
Yes. Okay, so...
Disrupt their sensors.
let's try
Trying to use
this.
my ion cannons. Getting too close to their sensors. I better fly low.
Okay, I think it worked.
Too high. They pick me up.
No, it didn't. Okay. We're going to... let's reboot the system here. Let's just do a complete hard reset of the system. Turning off the Wii is not an easy prospect, unfortunately. It likes to go into a standby mode. Alright, we're going to do a reboot. See if that'll fix that glitch. That was one glitched out game. Alright. Why make another prequel? Yeah, that's a very good question. I don't think the Picard series is going to be great. I think it's going to be horrible. The reason I say that... oh, come on, you goddamn thing. The reason I say the Picard series is probably going to suck is simply because... oh, come on, just pick it up.
Say we're gonna reconnect it on another device. I'll be right back.
Alright. Okay. Ah, there we go. Blip. D-pad doesn't work. But yeah, STD, the Picard series in particular, is probably not going to be any good simply because I get the feeling they're not going to either listen to Patrick Stewart or, more importantly, they're going to have him show up for one episode and then die.
Because that's how they do it, I guess.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think there's a problem here. Houston, we have a problem. I can't skip
What?
this.
Oh no.
But there's no music playing. Is the controller still plugged in? Controller's still plugged in. Uh-oh. Please tell me it didn't lose it. Okay, good, it didn't. Alright, let's see what we got here, ladies and gentlemen. See if that glitch will persist. If it does, well, unfortunately, this is now unplayable.
Oh no.
Let's see. Room LCBS can't... the Orville is everything we would want from an actual Star Trek series. I mean, there's no getting around that. Okay, so it's acting like I haven't...
The shuttle Titanium is parked on the Academy's northernmost platform. Park your wire
Is it not gonna read my controller?
Good luck.
No, it has to, otherwise we wouldn't even be at this point.
If I could disrupt their sensors.
Alright.
Gotta use my ion cannons. Getting too close to their sensors. I better fly low.
Yeah,
I need to fly lower.
it's not working. That
Oh,
really
no.
that really sucks. That's really annoying, by the way. But yeah. I guess when it comes to the Orville,
Too close to their sensors.
too close to the sensors, huh? Maybe we have to go over here.
They pick me up on their sensors.
Yeah. We'll try it a few more times, see what we can do. Since it's glitched out, Because it's supposed to... Actually, you know what? No, that's ridiculous. I'm not going to keep going through that for no good reason. Kind of sucks that I can't use my new one. In fact, you know what? Since I'm so annoyed, I'm going to erase that game. Bye-bye, Jin. Alright. Now, we're going to go back to my old one here that I've already completed the whole game on, and we will hope... And it has to work. If it doesn't, then you won't get to see that level because it's literally unplayable unless you can hit it with that. Severe lag. I'm green all the way.
This is Crick's Mayday. Approach the academy via the southern mountain pass.
Signed on for 10 episodes, ready for season 2.
Wipe out as many turrets and TIE fighters as you can.
Love the pitch and made a few suggestions. Huh.
If I could disrupt their sensors.
Alright, let's see if this works, because if it doesn't, we're just going to have to skip the level. And that missed. That also missed. Got him.
Getting too close to their sensors. I better fly low.
So, something happened to me today.
I need to fly lower.
Oh?
Too high.
Hit it!
Sensors.
Okay, so that still didn't work. Oh yeah, the flat tire. Very bad. It's doing an update. Let me turn it off. It's just you, Jacques. You're the monster.
This is Crick's
Well,
Mayday.
the steam monster.
No.
If
Oh
I
no.
could disrupt their sensors.
Okay, let's check that out
I should try to
again.
use my ion cannons.
Okay, see, it's not registering me hitting it.
Getting too close to their sensors.
No, I'm not, Ledge. In fact, let's make sure it's
Fly
still...
lower.
Okay, good.
High. They pick me up on their sensors.
What? I don't understand this. This doesn't make any sense at all. The reason I say that is I've played this multiple times now and it hasn't done this. This disc, I think, is on its last legs because I've been getting glitches from that a lot.
This is Crick's
It kind of annoys me because I still wanted to play the entire game
If I could disrupt their
on here.
sensors, I should try to use my ion cannons.
Okay, let's try that. That should shut it down. Let's see if it did. Okay, it did that time. Alright, so theoretically, is this going to work now? Theoretically.
Getting too close to their sensors. I better fly low.
Alright, we hit that one. And we're going to hit this one. And then we're going to hit that one.
I need to fly lower.
Or not. Hit him! Got him.
Pick me up on their sensors.
Ah, but he got him. Doesn't matter. Now I wonder if I'll still be able to do it in the next episode. CSGO. Oops. I haven't played CSGO in a very long time.
Like, as soon as CSGO went free to play, I sympathized with like the TF2 players that say like, oh my god, like TF2 just went free to play and I bought the whole game for like full
Use my ion
price.
cannons.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Yeah.
There's a lot more important things in life than game prices, though. I think a lot of people don't really get that.
Yeah, that's true. Like food, gasoline.
I need to fly lower.
Yeah.
Too high.
And clean water. Thank God for clean water.
Okay, still keep getting it. You know, and the worst part is I'm sure I'll get some comments saying, like, you're supposed to do this. Like, I was. That's the one thing that in life will be quite aggravating at times, is when people state the obvious. It's like, I'm already doing that, well then do it better. It's like, well, you know, that's not entirely helpful.
Disrupt their sensors.
Okay, so for some reason this is chosen. There's many different ways I could say that. This is chosen to do what? Not function like it should, is the proper way to say it. Okay, haven't picked me up on the sensor, so it
Too
seems...
close to their sensors. I better fly low.
What is he talking...
Fly lower. Too
Oh.
high. They pick me up on their sensors.
Now, see, that doesn't make any sense. You're supposed to be able to hit it. I've literally have footage of me hitting it from that same angle, and it still doesn't work. Still doesn't work. I do not get it. And this is like... And the mission's really easy once you get past this part.
This is Crick's Mayday.
Okay, let's try it again.
Disrupt their sensors. I should try to use my ion cannons.
It's like it doesn't even register that I hit it, though. Alright, so we'll keep flying low. This is a deceptively difficult level. Okay.
Getting too close to their sensors.
Probably already lost it. Got to turn it.
Try lower. Too high. They picked me up on their sensors.
Yep, there you go. Even though that should have shut it down before they were able to see me. It doesn't matter how high you fly, so long as you hit it with that ion cannon blast. And it's just not working today for some reason. This is starting to aggravate me. Because I still wanted to do the full game. And I still probably can, sans this level, it seems.
Try to use my ion cannons. Getting too close to their sensors.
I guess you just, I feel like live streams just give you the worst of luck. I
Yeah,
think that's the thing.
you don't want to make things superstitious, though.
I know, but still.
Fly lower.
Okay, we'll fly low. We'll fly low, Wedge. Hit the ground.
Getting too close to their sensors.
Shit!
They picked me up on their sensors.
Yeah, that's gonna be it, isn't it? Because you have to be in just the right place at just the right location. So, I probably shouldn't have deleted that profile then, because it does seem to be something today.
Oh boy.
Well, see, the only problem is, JCity17, is I've played this level multiple times, and it doesn't really matter so long as you... It didn't matter when I hit it with the ion cannon at all those other times, so it's like... The game is not registering the hits for some reason. The disc I'm using has had a wide variety of bugs on it. Hoth was bugged to where it said I didn't shoot enough AT-ATs, even though it already transitioned to another segment of the level.
Getting too close to their sensors.
See, like, that should have taken it out, but I bet it didn't. Like this here. No, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe it's actually registering the hits. I'll go ahead and do both. I'll stay extra low and try to hit them at the same time. Oh, crap. I bet I've already lost it. No, I didn't. Ooh. Ah. Ooh. Got it. Shit. Get it! Ooh. Alright, we made it. Maybe there's something to that, JCity17. Maybe I was getting lucky the last time and was lower than I thought.
I've got some trouble here.
Maybe. Because once I stayed low and hit it, it worked. Okay, maybe I was wrong. I'm going to blame the chat. Because actually, I'll blame Theta. It's all your fault. That yawn just took me out of the game, man. It's your fault.
Yes, my non-moving form is irradiating black cat luck onto your very being over the internet.
So wait, is that like an app or is that on iOS or is it only on Android? It's only in the Play Store.
My God.
Alright, now this is where it gets really cool. Now this is still pretty easy, but man, look at that. 2001. Whoop.
Oh my God, 2001, it's a year.
Yeah, but you gotta remember, 2001, these kind of graphics? GameCube? GameCube.
I know. I know.
Alright, we're gonna drop a bomb. Drop an F-bomb right there.
Can't steal the shuttle with those turrets still operational.
Drop an F-bomb right there. Now I gotta turn around and drop that. Now, he says we can't steal that shuttle, but... Now, this is one of those things that's kind of funny, though. It's like, you can steal the shuttle, but wait, don't they know that, we stole it? Because it's pretty brazen. Here I am flying in, dropping bombs everywhere. You know, it's not exactly sneaky. All these fighters are seeing me. It's like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did we really have to break into the Imperial Starfighter Academy to steal this one shuttle? It's still cool that you get to fly the shuttle Tiderium, though. Best FPS games on PS2. Well, you got a lot of them. You, of course, have Time Splitters 1, 2, and 3. You've got Mace Griffin Bounty Hunter, which is pretty good. You've got Medal of Honor European Assault. You've got the Kabadoobie Big Red 1. And several others that I can't think of at the moment.
I guess you could probably list Battlefront 2 as technically in it, but you can like.
It's not an FPS though.
Yeah, you can put it in a first-person mode.
Oh yeah, Area 51 is also quite good. Yeah, but it's not really first geared for that though. You know, Killzone I've not played in a long time. 13. I played that on the Xbox. Just give the TIE Fighter short film a look. I've already seen it actually. I saw it back when it came out and was quite impressed by it. And once again, thank you, JC City 17, for reminding me that I had to stay low. I was like, yeah, to stay low? No, okay. Whatever. So I literally deleted my whole second thing for no good reason. Ah, well, who cares? This is live. I'm bound to make a few minor mistakes. Gundam Wing. You know, I didn't watch that back in the 90s, but... Well, I didn't hold it that long. It's not like I'm playing Euro Truck Simulator, and I'm driving from Belgium to Siberia. Assuming you can do that. Okay, let's get back to it.
So I told about my little car story that happened today.
Oh, what you told him?
Yeah, I told him about my tire.
That is never fun.
It was just like, okay, what just happened? I don't know.
Well, I've only ever had a flat once, and that was back in 2007. I accidentally hit the curb, the tire blew, and that was not fun. Thankfully, there was a grocery store parking lot literally like 2 feet away, so... The reason I remember that day in particular is because I was bidding on a Playmates Star Trek... Playmates Voyager Starship.
Playmates?
Yeah, they made some of the best ships, the only ships in the 90s. Voyager, I don't think, has a Diamond Select toys. They certainly didn't have it back then. Voyager didn't have that. They had some old models, but I just wanted a fully completed one, and so I bought the Playmates one. It was $70 back then, and that was a good price too. A boxed Voyager could get you over $100. In fact, I saw one, and I guarantee you it was a rip-off price for $400 boxed. I was able to get a Playmates Voyager with stand, $70. It was loose, but getting that for $70 was like one of the most important bidding wars of my life. But I got it. Let's see. One of the other good bidding wars was a boxed, never completed Sulaco. Oh yeah, it was a house. Shit. You know, I didn't die the last time I played this. It was
shit. That's a very interesting name for a ship, John.
It was a Halcyon model. Evidently only released in the UK, I think. The reason I say that is because it had pounds on there. I was very happy to get that too, because I'd already lost a bid on one that had been partially completed.
Yeah, most Americans had the house shit. Like, come on, UK. It's like, seriously.
My biggest problem with Voyager, Jacques, is the fact that it had the most inconsistent and spotty writing. Year of Hell was a great pair of episodes that could have made for a good movie. But then, like, there was so much crap. So much crap.
We're getting pounded out here. What should we
You got this game full co-op included Rebel Strike. Yes, games are definitely lower in overall value to money ratio. I have Rebel Strike, but I have not completed it yet, so I will stream that later. Right now, I just want to get all the way through Rebel Leader, and I've gotten pretty far. Okay, I think all we got left are the ties that we have to clean up. And do not crash into them, because if you do, you have to go all the way back.
Help me take out those fighters. Copy that, boss.
And yeah, when Voyager was good, it really was. Because I've recently rewatched Year of Hell, and it was really quite excellent. The big problem was you got few Year of Hells and more Thresholds. And the episodes with Brad Dourif were pretty good too. I think the biggest problem with Voyager is always the problem with any Star Trek series. When you're trying to get 30 or so episodes out per season, you're bound to have, you know...
Duds.
Yeah, and you're also bound to have a lot of filler. Yeah, that's the biggest problem with TNG, is it's got a lot of filler.
So is Star Trek an anime then?
Might as well be. I'm probably going to have to redo this one because I'm down to my last life.
Copy that, rogue leader. We're going after the fighter.
Katetsu. Senpai.
Let's form up. Copy that. Forming on your way.
Season 1 was practically all filler.
We're going after the fighters.
That's a lot of TIE interceptors. They're shooting at me from every direction. Sometimes you'll get lucky, and they'll already and Rogue Squadron will already have killed them all by the time they get to you. Sometimes you will be unlucky, and yeah, you're screwed. Yeah, I can see him a little bit. Speed up and shoot him! Head to head. I could have actually taken a X-Wing, but I did not. Scorpion was quite good as well. I don't know if I'd say this is better than Rebel Strike, J-City17. The only problem with Rebel Strike is those weird third-person things. But from what little I've played, Rebel Strike seems to have a better story than this does. Because the big problem with this is they're just trying to do the movies, and that's fine, but there's not as many characters as I would like. There's not as many... It's like, it's just wipe out enemy fighters is pretty much what you get. Okay, let's see if I can do this on one life. Because hitting those little goddamn bastards is not an easy prospect. Okay, they should be down there somewhere. Let's turn it around. Actually, wait, is that... No, it's not. It's not a landing platform. Wedge, you know, you need to stop smoking so much. Alright, we're going down, jumping off the deck. We're on the highway to the danger zone.
2 remaining power generators. We gotta knock them out and buy those transports time.
Because I like Teleran. I thought Teleran was a great addition to the Star Wars universe. It is cool to see Cloud City, and this is still really impressive.
We're going after the fighters.
Alright. Let's sneak down. No, we don't. That's also hilarious that in the Star Wars galaxy we're still using hot air balloons, but whatever. Okay, that's a bad idea. Hot air balloons.
Like, not as like a weather balloon-like thing, or like a legit form of like, are they seriously using hot air balloons as a legitimate form of travel?
Not a form of travel, but they are using them for gun platforms.
What?
Yep.
Okay, like, you have laser cannons that can basically penetrate, like, cloth. And a hot air balloon is probably one of the least ideal things to use as a gun platform.
Well,
especially if you have...
Exactly, but it's the Star Wars.
It's because it's a video game, or because it's just Star Wars?
Let me put it this way. Before Disney got their foul clutches into Star Wars, there was already a few little silly things that you just you either ignored or you embraced. And there was one scene from the Rogue Squadron comic where a Wookiee was able to bash a
Take out those fighters.
TIE fighter with a tree limb.
After the fighters.
So,
Well, I feel like that's just more hyperbolic of the Wookiee's power.
The Imperial
Yes.
focusing on the gas containers.
Like, Wookiees are pretty big, strong, and mighty creatures, but like hot air balloon gun platforms, like, okay, like, what is this?
well, I mean, it's economical. You have an idea how...
Okay, who's using those hot air balloons as gun platforms? What faction?
Imps.
Really? Then yet again, in the EU, the TIE tank exists, so...
Yeah, which was always a really silly thing.
Help me take out those fighters. Copy that, boss.
Come on, and blow it up! Aha!
The last generator is history.
I wonder if I could get like a copyright strike for doing ba-ba-da. It's like, that is copyrighted music. You can't even say it. Now, of course, we are flying a cloud car. I always like the combat cloud car from the Central Guide to Vehicles and Vessels. Kenner actually released a combat cloud car toy. I don't own that, unfortunately. I would like to get one day, though, simply because I have most of the EU toys. I have the speeder bike blown up, speeder bike, and the really cool snow speeder. I got that recently, boxed, for like $10. Take it out. We're gonna kill. I'm probably gonna lose because I'm not taking out the TIE bombers as fast as I should. Right, where's there it is.
And also with the toys, that also includes Luke Skywalker disguised as an Imperial Guardsman or something.
Technically, it's just a guard.
He's disguised as guard, and that was never mentioned in any other media.
No.
That must be just a toy idea then.
Yeah, that's kind of how that goes. It's kind of like the
Yeah.
EU toys. Never were seen or heard from again. Like the enhanced speeder bike was never seen or heard from again. The snow speeder was never seen or heard from again. And it was a cool snow speeder. It was supposed to just be able to take an AT-AT out in like 2 hits. It had like proton torpedoes and stuff like that. The combat cloud car was heard from again, but it never did anything as far as I know. Oh crap.
You know, like, there was a Lego set of the TIE tank, and I literally just thought it was just a Lego thing, but, well...
No, that was from Dark Empire, but then you gotta remember Dark Empire was the science fantasy.
It's science fantasy, like, you also got what you would say emo Luke.
Help me take out those
Which I kind of liked. I liked Emo Luke. I have him
After the fighters.
in my collection. Now, of course, since he had a removable hand, I always made it like Cyborg Luke, where his hand could shoot like his hand stump could shoot like laser blasts out of it, because of course it can. Because the science. You want to take out that TIE Interceptor?
The gas is ours.
Because childhood imagination.
Transports?
Exactly. It's better than anything Disney could give us. That's for sure.
I mean, what if Luke Skywalker could shoot laser blasts from his hands?
Technically, actually, you know what? He did. Favorite Star
what?
Wars video game, Knights of the Old Republic 2 is my favorite out of the entire lot. I love the characters. I love how they improve the gameplay in every way over KOTOR 1. The thing I don't like is the fact that in its initial release it doesn't have an ending, but that's fine because the modders fixed it and there's an ending now. But go on, Theta.
But can you shoot lasers out of your hands in KOTOR 2?
All fighters are
You can shoot Force Lightning, and Luke does that actually. He does shoot Force Lightning out of his arm stump.
No, I mean actual laser blasts.
No.
my friends down there.
You know, you think you should be able to, though. Because it's like, with the Force, in one of the EU novels, a Padawan, I love bringing this up, a Padawan is able to change the density of air and almost chokes out some of their enemies. Yeah, and Luke can control nuclear fission.
Oh
He does,
my god.
he does that in Courtship of Princess Leia. A decent novel. It's definitely an early EU And it feels that way. Alright, we got the Battle of Endor. Hey, that dish is not right, man. It should be pointing down. Well, it should be pointing out, not up. Worst game ever.
Worst game ever.
Yeah, I gotta say I don't really like the Mon-Cal design. Now, this is the good part of the movie. No cannibalistic teddy bears with the Care Bear stares.
Oh my god.
We're coming.
Yeah, I'm just amused at the fact that Reinek is creeped out by the little things. I don't blame him, but still.
It's still better than Gunga's. It's a Tarb! Actually, you know... Okay, here's something kind of funny. I don't mean to interrupt, but actually it's my stream. I can interrupt if I want to.
Sure.
But in the review of The Last Command, if you haven't seen it, check it out on the channel. In the review of that, I was trying to find the exact page where Admiral Akbar does say, "It looks like it's a trap." I could never find it, though. I know he says it, but I never could find it for the review. I don't know what page it's on. Now, Battle of Endor is not a bad mission. It's just kind of repetitive. You just fly around and shoot the ties. And you gotta... You know, Redemption, I help those who help themselves. You gotta defend the frigate Redemption. And this goes on forever. It's like, come on! Can I do something better than defend one goddamn frigate? In the film, like, Wedge shoots like a couple TIE fighters and then it's done. But in this, it's like... I just gotta keep defending it, and it's like... Now, there is a cool segment, though, where you have to destroy 2 Star Destroyers, but you gotta earn that. You gotta pull escort duty, and then you can finally take out the half-size Star Destroyers. I guess if they were any bigger, it'd be hard to see that little bridge window. So I think that really comes down to, like, artistic license.
You know, briefly, I thought you were talking about Red Dead Redemption, or whatever reason. Yeah, you were kind of cutting out on my...
Oh, well. It sounds like Discord is not working that good, because, or that working that well. Because you're, roboting, unfortunately.
Yeah, you're also kind of roboting. I don't know if it's there.
Shit! Okay, that is so bullshit. That is the one thing I hate about this game. Is that you can, since there's so many fighters flying around all the time, it is so easy to inadvertently crash with one. I'm probably gonna have to do this again, because I need all 3 lives to take out those 2 Star Destroyers. But the easiest way to die is crashing into one of those ties. And it is so annoying, it's not even funny. Just keep attacking those fighters.
Say John.
Yeah.
What if you fused the Ewoks with Dark Eldar from 4BK?
Oh, they wouldn't be the same species, but the Ewoks are not what you'd call sadistic, so I don't know.
That's what I said. Fuse them together and see what happens.
Of course, there is such a thing as the Eldar homuncule. Blech. Basically, where yeah, they do that. So, it'd be this is one of the aspects of this camera that I don't like. There's too many. There's just too many fighters going off. There's just too many fighters showing up, and I've got to take down the bombers. And it's very hard to hit the bombers when the camera's flying around.
Red Leader, we can't take much more.
So that's one of the other issues with this game. It's like, okay, sometimes you need that camera because I've got to take out those TIE bombers before they kill that frigate. And it's kind of hard to do. See, like right now, I lost my target because I can't see it because that TIE interceptor is on my tail. I get it that it could shoot me down, but I am under a strict time constraint and I can't see to hit. And it's also one of those issues of, once again, there's just too much shit going on at any one time. I can't even see the TIE bombers half the time, much less hit them.
On those fighters, heading for the fight.
So actually hitting them in time is just not...
Red leader, where are you?
Oh, shut up!
Medical frigate's gonna blow.
You know, Lando, look. Get with Factor 5 and tell him not to keep moving my camera around. Tell him to, like, reduce the amount of enemies on the screen at any one time so we can actually see what's going on. I'm all for having lots of enemies, but when it's not conducive to hitting them,
Try to lock down that stabilizer.
this is where this kind of falls flat. You know, it works most of the time, but it's like I can't see to hit what I'm trying to hit.
Break left. R5, see what you can do.
And that's... It's just little things like that.
On those fighters, I'm on the lead.
It's not broken. It's just annoying. I think I can still hear... And see, it's like... The camera just pulls out way too far. Now, if I just played it in first person, it'd be fine, but I don't like first person, so... I feel like I can't see in first person. Nostalgia, Dark Forces, and Shadows of the Empire. Yeah, Dark Forces is pretty damn good, as is Shadows of the Empire. Empire at War. Runs like crap on your modern PC. That's not good. There's plenty of mods for that should fix it. Okay, I think I saw a missile go by. I'm just a big RPG guy, so that's why KOTOR 2 is my favorite. Okay, come on. Shoot him down. There. Well, Gate is happy. Alright, there's gotta be one somewhere. If there wasn't so much shit going on, I could see it! Okay, there's... Yep, got hit by a TIE Interceptor. Couldn't dodge it because there's too much shit going on.
We must hurry. One more to go.
So, I'm probably going to have to replay this again. This is the most tedious part of this level. It's just like, come on. I don't even really consider it a challenge. It's just like...
Only the fighters are attacking. I wonder...
It makes me wait a lot. Layer for PS3, was that any good?
I accidentally closed the Discord app on my phone.
Oh, that might be why. If you're on your phone, that's probably why it sounds like crap.
Well, it was still kind of sounding like crap on the computer though. So.
Eh. Layer on PS3 killed Factor 5. Killed it. So bad. So, yeah.
Yes, I said closer. Move as close as you can and engage.
Alright, we gotta try to destroy 2 Star Destroyers without dying. Without crashing into anything. Without crashing into anything. Not gonna be easy.
Is that the challenge?
YouTube challenge. Destroy the Star Destroyers. Pfft. You know what I never liked?
The YouTube challenges that people dare themselves to do.
I would never do that anyway, just because I think that's goes to show you the faltering education system.
You know, I feel like the last straw was the Tide Pod challenge, I believe. That was the last straw.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure any of the others were also really stupid as well, so...
Yeah, there was the cinnamon challenge, and that existed. Where people ate raw cinnamon. Yeah.
I don't know. These are the kind of things that I never really followed, even when I was younger.
We're getting pretty beat up out here. How much
Yeah.
longer, Gold Meter?
The whole concepts of what the cool kids are doing.
I used... Tagging used to be a thing. Where someone would, like, tag someone else, and then they had to, like, get several facts about themselves, and tag other people.
How do you go from that to eating a Tide Pod? That just doesn't seem like... One of these things seems very, incongruous. Now, this is where I'm probably going to lose, because I'm being attacked by everything at once,
On those fighters.
and I've got to take out 2 of these Star Destroyers. Yep, there we go. Yeah, I knew it. The thing is, I don't feel too bad about that, simply because, one of the things that also is kind of annoying about Rogue Squadron, it takes me all the way back to the start screen. Really? Really? Come on. Oh, Factor 5 and Silicon Knights, 2 developers that were brought down by one bad game.
What was that one bad game again?
I forget what killed Silicon Knights. I think it was mismanagement, and their last game... No, they didn't die from one... No, what was the people who created Haze? I forget who they were, but they were
Free
big.
Radical, I think. I think Free Radical.
Okay, yeah, then they died because of Haze. I think Silicon Knights died because of mismanagement, and their last game wasn't bad, but primarily just mismanagement.
Well, how could they be jamming us if they don't know we're coming? Break off the attack. Pull up. All
Graph, pull up. Hey,
I
didn't you
kinda wish
guys...
someone else was here right now.
No. Billy D. Williams has not shown up.
No, I mean in the Discord chat.
Oh. Well, I do not know.
Interceptors coming in.
Because right now it's just the John and Vulcan show.
Well, everybody's got their stuff to do.
Yeah.
But see, that's the thing. I don't feel bad about dying because I crashed into an enemy craft, and I could have easily taken out those Star Destroyers had I had a couple more lives. And they were unfairly taken from me. Unfairly. Now, while I'm a big fan of Rogue Squadron, I've never been a particularly big fan of any of the Star Fox games. I owned Star Fox 1 and 64, but I gotta admit, I don't really find them to be that fun. Star Fox 1 was impressive in its day, but it's kind of hard to play because of its extremely low frame rate. I mean, that frame rate is like 2 frames per year.
It's chugga 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 choo choo chugging frame rate.
Well, you gotta remember, they're trying to run a 3D game kind of like this
Yeah.
on the Super Nintendo. That it runs at all is pretty good.
Turns out all is a miracle, to say the
Yes.
least.
Swear, I was on CGR Undertow, actually. I did a bunch of videos for them. I ended up leaving, unfortunately, due to the fact that I couldn't post... Okay, CGR was great, but, and this is a big flabby bum, I could not... If I did a video for them on a certain game, like, say, Jedi Outcast, I could not do a video on that same game. Even if I did a different video. So, like, I do a 5-minute video for CGR on Jedi Outcast. If I wanted to do a 20-minute video on the main channel, I couldn't, which was kind of annoying. Nor could I make CGR versions of videos that I already had done. And I did that a couple times before for some reason they said not to do it anymore. Like, I did CGR versions of AVP 1 and 2, and people liked it. And it's not the same video, it's literally different. It's me doing... I don't know what the problem was, could be rights issues, I don't know. CGR was pretty good, though. Earned me a couple pennies. And
They were kind to you,
yeah,
I guess, sorta.
Yeah, I earned a couple of dollars, and that's all that matters. In life,
Yeah.
provided you're not handed everything, you know, any little bit of money is good.
Orders, Red Leader.
Well, within
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah, within reason. Yeah, don't sell drugs. Do
Yes.
not do that. If you're not dealing the drugs, then you should be fine.
Beat up out here.
Oh, shut up, Wedge. Nobody likes you. Actually, a lot of people like you, including me. But still, we're getting beat up out here. What do you want me to do? If you had more than 6 missiles, we'd be fine.
We're at a missile, sir.
Shit. Sir, we're out of rockets. Land on him! He's on a fucking motorcycle.
Oh, God.
Come on. What more do you want from me, Admiral Akbar? I'm shooting them as fast as I can. I'm not a capital ship. I'm a one-man space P-51 Mustang, okay? Okay. There's only so much I can do to save you. She gonna blow!
It doesn't sound like you're really enjoying the game, John.
Well... Okay, this is not a shield generator. This is actually the plasma reactor. The game sadly gets it wrong, but I can understand why they did that. It's like... Alright, now we gonna go in. Take it out. Hitting that one little window. Come on, blow it up. Tenno Banzai! That better have killed it. Nope, didn't. Oh, yeah, there it goes. Look at it.
The Admiral's cruiser.
Okay, wait, did that die? Or is it just going nuts? I'm assuming it's dead, so... Don't crash! Don't you crash. Okay. And... Blood up, blood up, blood up. Shut up, Admiral Akbar! I'm doing everything I can to rescue your ass, okay? You're in the capital ship, not me. Don't make me tin on bonsai.
Interceptors at point 95.
Shit.
I still remember that I shared that dream about Bernie Sanders being my math teacher. I still remember that.
Well, that's not going to be a very good math teacher, just saying. Aha!
Yeah. Yeah. Like...
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba.
And I had that when I was on the couch, of all places, man.
Weird.
Yeah, I think I just got home from, like, I don't know, some trip or something, or vacation or whatever. I was like, on the couch, accidentally slept, and then I had the Bernie Sanders dream where he hated me because of political beliefs.
Wouldn't that be a nightmare, though?
Well, basically, the thing, it was strangely comical, though, just looking back at it.
Well.
We're on our way. Red group.
Oh.
Fighters follow me. I told you they'd do it.
You know, Lando, you sounded kind of evil there. Just said, I told you they'd do it. Now they shall all die. Gotta add that little in there, otherwise it doesn't sound creepy enough. If you have a headset, enjoy my sultry voice.
John, you should do ASMR.
Alright, time to strike at the core. Okay, this is the most annoying mission in the entire game. The entire goddamn game, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, allow me to tell thee of a saga Genesis greater than any before. Alright, so, I'm of course not going to fly as the Millennium Falcon. That sounds cool. Guess what? You might as well just crash it as soon as the game starts, because guess what? You're going to be shot by everything and die. And you've got to guard Wedge Antilles. It's not like you get to, like, fly away as fast as you can go. No, you got to guard Wedge, and he's in a much smaller craft, and it's hard to even see the bastard. At least you can see the Millennium Falcon. Alright, this is the last level in the game. I wouldn't say it's the hardest level in the game, but goddamn is it hard. So let's go kill something. Alright, so we've pretty much gone through all of Rogue Squadron in 2 hours. It's pretty short, but damn, if you don't know how to play this game, or you think this is easy, you're gonna die like... I remember the first time I did Vengeance on Colossus. Okay, when I never had played it before, it took me about an hour to finish that level. Because it's hard. Alright, this is also hard. The thing is, once again, there's too much shit going on here. That's the big problem here. There's stuff flying around, there's blasts going off everywhere. And just seeing the Millennium Falcon is hard. Because there's just so much crap. And the TIE Interceptors are coming in from behind, and it's very easy for them to crash right into the back. To rear end you. It's their fault! And the Millennium Falcon, oh, it can die fast. Okay,
does the game try to, like, compensate for, like, the hitbox? Like, if it actually heals or health or whatever?
I don't know. Shit! Get it! Get it, got it, good, son. Get it, got it. Thank you, R5. I don't know, I just play the game. I don't read hitbox charts.
You don't read the hitbox charts, you don't do the calculations.
Alright, we did it. We done it, son! We flying into the Death Star tonight. Gonna have us some fun. Alright. It's very easy to crash into literally everything and die. It's very easy to get shot by everything the second you spawn in here and die. there's always going to be constantly spawning TIE interceptors, and they will shoot you down. That's why you want to have at least 2 lives when you make it in here. Just getting in here is hard. Okay?
Now lock onto the strongest power source. It should be the power generator. Careful, Wedge. We can run out of room real fast.
You're going to hear that a lot. I know how to play this map, and even then, you can still die a lot. As near as I can tell, the best thing to do is kind of fly low. Okay, see that TIE interceptor made it over there? I got to catch up to him. I've had it where I get to the thing, the main reactor, and I've had Lando die. I've had Lando die as we're leaving. Okay, and there's nothing more annoying than that.
Oh my god.
Now see, he's shooting at him. I gotta go faster. But the faster you go, the likelihood is you're gonna crash into a wall and die. Shit. Now see, there's a TIE interceptor. The TIE interceptor's just wailing on him right now. Okay, it's just wailing on him. Got him. The Millennium Falcon does not defend itself. You have to do all of that. Shit.
Are you piloting it right now, or are you still in a different vehicle?
Are you watching the stream?
No, I'm not.
How could you?
Playing Smuggler's Run. Trying to stay awake.
Oh. Well, I'm that boring to you, am I? Alright.
No.
No, I'm in Wedge's X-Wing.
Oh.
Alright, this is really cool, by the way. Okay, please tell me there's not a TIE interceptor. Okay, there isn't. Roger that, I'm already on my way out. Alright, let's actually bring up that targeting computer. You don't want to miss. Let me put it that way. I would love to be able to play this co-op, but I don't know anyone that... You know, I wonder if I could get that working online. Even though, sadly, the Dolphin emulator doesn't work very well. Alright, kick it! Blow him up! Alright, this is hard, okay? You thought this was hard before? Okay, you gotta not hit anything, and it's blowing up around you, okay? And when you go into speed mode, like this, it's not nearly as maneuverable. Like that! So I'm down to my last life.
Oh no.
And if you die, you go back. See, that's why old school difficulty is the best school difficulty. Shit, no! Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fuck.
Again.
No, wait, stop. I need all my concentration right now. No! And that's why old school difficulty is the best school difficulty. Because I have to do it all over again. If I could just reload the save, it wouldn't be as bad. It wouldn't be... it's like... That's why this game is great. Oh, man. I gotta go... Alright, now... There's no guarantee you're gonna do it again. There's no guarantee you're gonna get anywhere near as far as I just got. Okay? Like I said, you can lose this in the first... There you go. Already might as well reload the save. You can lose this in the first 30 seconds. Actually, let me show you what I mean when I say that. Alright, let's say I'm sucking right now. Let's say I don't know how to do this. There you go. You saw that? That's how fast you can lose. It's not easy. Getting where I got was pure luck. And I still crashed.
I'm just wondering if my...
Well, no, Dylan Higgins. No. This is why they're good. I used to think the same way. But with live systems, it means more when you get to a certain level. Because it means you have to go back. And so it actually is a much more exciting experience. Because you have a lot riding on that. If you've got one life and you have to go all the way back... Now, it has to be done right. I will say, live systems are seldom done right. And the Millennium Falcon literally crashed into me. Live systems have to be done right. And Factor 5 got it right. The levels are short, but you can die so easily, you have so few lives, that they feel longer than they are. That's why it works so well. Because, like, I haven't ever, like, oh, you don't do that when you've got regenerative health, you've got checkpoints, you've got saves. It's like, oh, whatever. This is where it gets... This is gaming, ladies and gentlemen. This is proper gaming. This is how you can sit here for hours playing the same thing. We're not used to that anymore because these days all we get are crap. You know? It's the difference between... I guess the best way... I could use a food analogy because I'm getting kind of hungry. I'm going to have to eat me a snack soon. Like a food analogy. There's a big difference between real food and the crap we normally get. You know, real farm-raised, like, beef or pork or something like that. Okay, like, if you have a cow that you raised and then slaughtered yourself, that's going to taste a billion times better than the mass-produced factory farm shit that we normally get. This is like a cow that you raised yourself and slaughtered yourself. That's how good this tastes. Hell, most people's bodies can't even take real food.
Really now, like...
And I died. I got shot in the back. I'm going to keep trying it, although by the time I get to Lando, he's probably going to be dead. Yeah, I'm screwed. I'm flying too high, and I'm taking way too much damage. But I'm going to try... Ooh, I didn't get it in time, so I'm not... Even though I'm going to make it in here... No, dead. Oh, died as the cutscene triggered.
Oh no, that's always the worst. Like...
But it didn't count. Oh, it's going to crash into me. I knew he was going to crash into me as I started flying. I can understand the frustration. I usually get frustrated, but I've kind of... As I've gotten older, I've gotten more patient than I was, especially as a kid. If I tried to play this as a kid, and in 2001, I would have only been like 12, but I didn't own a GameCube in 2001. As a kid, I would have already cheated in infinite lives by now. But as I've gotten older, I can appreciate patience a lot more. I can appreciate this kind of stuff a lot more now. And I like the feeling that a game like this could give me. Because it actually is like... You feel good when you actually beat it. Because it's tough. You actually get into it. It's just something I started noticing just this last year, actually, playing Rogue Squadron 1 and then this one. It's like, it's a unique feeling. Dark Souls comes close. A lot closer than most games, but you can get into the game. You know, and people are like, when they do that, they're kind of faking it, because there's no reason to do that in most games. But in this, it's all real. It's not scripted. Because you get...
We are getting John's unbridled rage.
It's not even rage, it's just excitement, you know? It's a bevy of emotions that you just don't see. You normally see it... Well, okay, it's not it's not that you just don't see it, now that I think of it. I take that back. It's a bevy of emotions that you don't see in single-player games much anymore. You see it in multiplayer games where you're playing against other people, you know? Like your typical Kabadoobies and all the rest. Or he was like, shit, he's aimbotting, or whatever the people say in the multiplayer games. I don't play games multiplayer all that much, and even then I don't really care about them when I play them. Like, the multiplayer game I play the most today... Shit, no! God damn it!
It's Friday the 13th, right?
Yeah. And honestly, I don't even care. Like, if Jason kills me, it's like, whatever. Okay. I needed to hit that repair... And I'm fucking up because I'm using the wrong buttons. I'm already down 3. I did it again, and the Millennium Falcon just got blown up.
Oh yeah. Speaking of Friday the 13th, John. There hasn't been a balance up, and basically I think essentially Jason got buffed.
I've heard that. Honestly, I've died before. Last night when I played it, I died before he could actually get the rage. What they just talking about... Actually, no, if you don't know anything about not Halloween, Friday the 13th. You'll have no idea what we're talking about. Basically, Jason, look it up. This is the thing. There's too much to say. The buff was where Jason enters a rage state and can't be knocked down by anything other than the shotgun or sweater. That's not a bad thing, though. My thought is it gets really annoying when you get Pinata Jason. I really dislike that when I play as Jason. It's like,
Yeah,
really,
me
a
too.
plank of wood is going to stop the old J-Sock?
Yeah, that's why that's why when I in my preference, I pick counsel, because I didn't really find Jason like it's either like surprisingly cathartic or predictably frustrating. That's the thing.
I like Jason more than Counselor, honestly. I mean, Jason, he's tough to play as, but it's a lot of fun finding ways to actually kill somebody. Because, you know, it's like, no, you fucking... I knew it was going to happen. I saw it, and I knew it was going to happen as soon as it happened. Because I knew that I was going to slow down in front of it, and he was going to crash into me, and he did.
It's like, you sound so angry.
Yeah, but that's not anger. It's fun. You know, if there's no challenge, if there's no danger of dying, then it's just nothing. Get it? You see, the thing is, in most games today, there's no strategizing. It's just shoot it until it dies. Whereas this is like, I've got to try to avoid the blasters, because if I don't, I'm going to die. It's like, you gotta learn. And I got 2 lives. I've got 2 fuck-ups. I go back if I die twice. I gotta worry about Lando, because he's up there. He's getting shot at by everything. I'm getting shot at by everything, and I gotta play it perfect.
He's gonna get martyred.
No! And see? Fucked up once. And I still gotta make it all the way through there. Now I've got one last fuck up. I can easily be shot. I can easily crash into something. And the thing is, the only reason it's as fun as it is because Factor 5 knew what they were doing. See, that's my own fault that I died. It's not the game's. It's mine. Friday the 13th with the Resident Evil 7 engine. That'd be kind of interesting. Demon's Souls. I still have not finished that game. I can't get RPSX3 to work. And I have the physical copy, but I don't have a working PS3. The laser in the Blu-ray player broke a couple years back, and I just kind of kept putting it off. It's not even that expensive. It's just like, eh.
You're just so lazy about it.
And Dark Souls is one of my favorites, actually. When I first played it in 2012, when the PC version came out, I was just floored by how great it was. I didn't like Dark Souls 2 and 3 nearly as much, though. I feel like they kind of lost some of what Dark Souls 1 brought to the table. Dark Souls 1 was an intricately crafted game in many instances. Like, every little thing about it worked absolutely perfectly. And I'm quite fond of that game. Dark Souls 2, I didn't really like the map design all that much. The Dark Souls engine is not really set up for multiple combat. You know, like where there's multiple people there trying to kill you. And that really kind of turned me off of the game. I didn't like the health mechanic. I felt that it was just way too cheap. Where every time you died, you got less and less health. And I thought that... Get it!
It's a bit excessive.
I felt like it slowed down the game, made it more tedious versus difficult. And when it comes to games like that, you don't want it to be tedious. You don't want it to be... You don't want it to get boring, and that got boring fast. Dark Souls 3 was better, but it still suffered from the bad boss syndrome. And the bad bosses were the fact that the bosses were just a little too difficult to take out. Their movesets weren't nearly as fun, I guess is the best way to put it. And so, you know, it's like, it was fine, but I didn't like it. I guess that's the thing I like to say when it comes to certain games. The games are fine, but I don't like it. It's like this game. I still like it, but it's not as good, and I don't enjoy it quite as much as Rogue Squadron 1. But that's just because I like Rogue Squadron 1 so much. It's like saying that I like, that I think KOTOR 2 is a vastly better game than KOTOR 1. That doesn't mean that KOTOR 1's a bad game by any means, or that it's broken, or that it needed a lot of fixes. It's just, I like KOTOR 1 more. Or no, I like KOTOR 2 more than KOTOR 1. Ugh. Getting my Freudian slips out because I'm trying not to die. I can hear those ties.
Someone asked if you play if you play Bloodborne or.
I don't have a PS4, so I cannot, unfortunately.
Yeah, he doesn't have PS4. That's what I figured.
If there's a
It's like
PC version.
If Bloodborne was on the PC, I'm pretty sure I would buy it.
Yes, I would.
You just slobber all over it like a big old Saint Bernard.
I don't know if I go that far.
Hey, you'll never know. You'll never know.
Okay, we made it. Where's the Millennium Falcon? Where's the Millennium Falcon? What happened to it? Why did it disappear? Well, the Millennium Falcon has disappeared for some reason.
I think the game made it because I thought it was a hamburger with an olive stuck to it.
I'm gonna try to find that Wookiee's Cookies cookbook, because one of the images in there is literally Han sitting in the toy Millennium Falcon shooting ketchup out of his pistol. Alright, this is it, ladies and gentlemen. We gotta try to escape. We got 3 lives. We're really hurt. Off to a bad start.
Oh shit.
What? What? Mission failed?
Mission failed. Oh,
I had 2 extra lives.
How did the mission fail?
I have not actually played any of the Witcher games to completion. I've played Witcher 1 a bit, but I never actually finished it. And I'll tell you why. I didn't really like the story that much. You know, I know that's heretical. The problem is, I've even read the Witcher books, and I didn't really like them that much either. I mean, they were decent reads, of course, but they weren't... I guess the thing is, addressing whether one likes something or dislikes something, you have to look at what goes into that, which most people sadly don't. If I say I don't like Witcher 1, that doesn't mean it's a bad game or even that it's a bad story. Rather, I just don't like it in that it's a perfectly fine game, Witcher 1 that is. Shit, no, I missed it! You got a tiny window to do it. And I'm dead. And I bet the Millennium Falcon will die shortly thereafter.
Come on, faster. I need to return the ship in one piece.
You know, Lando, you're not going to be returning it in one piece. Doesn't matter anyway. Disney's going to ruin it. And I got... See, that's what can happen, though. You can definitely get unlucky. And I'm down to my last life, and we just made it. The Twin Snakes. I can play that on through Dolphin. I never was a big fan of the Metal Gear Solid series, though. I was a win-back man back in the late 90s. So, I just never really got into that. Okay, let's try to do this. This is probably a bad idea. So I think I know what to do with this. See, I'm going too slow. But if I go fast... Doop-a-doop-a-doo, doop-a-doop-a-doo, doop-a-doop-a-doo. Oh, they're shooting at him. They're shooting at him. That's not good. I gotta try to get to that. I gotta try to get to him before they kill him. Because if I don't... Okay, shite. Turn around. Open up on him. I'm gonna shoot him too late, probably. Okay, that's one. Nope, there he goes. One of these days, I will try... Actually, no, I say that, but I probably won't play Witcher just because it doesn't appeal to me. I like Dragon Age, and I only liked really Dragon Age 1. I've not played Dragon Age... I played Dragon Age 2, but didn't like it that much. But I've not played Dragon Age 3. I really like Dragon Age 1. That's one of the things that got me into fantasy in general. Yep, already off to a bad start. Crashed into the ground. But we'll get it. Let's see. 2 hours, 28 minutes. Alright, we gotta let that load up. Strike at the core.
It's like 11:32 at my time.
Hmm.
It's like, holy crap.
Alright, we're gonna get it. This is the last level. I have to get it, and I've come so close. The first time I did it, I was so close to beating it. But, crash into the wall!
Come on, don't make me recite Linkin Park.
No. Okay, let's... I don't remember this happening in the movie. Worst storage game ever. It did not happen in the movie, therefore it does not count.
So what if this game did not have any Ewoks in it?
It doesn't have any Ewoks, thankfully. No Yub Nubs.
Really?
Yub Nub does not appear anywhere in this game, thankfully.
No tiny cannibalistic teddy bears?
Yes. Now the original one was Yub Nub, and then in the special edition, there of course was na 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 na. It was not very good.
Are you talking about music or something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Na na. Oh.
Oh man, I remember something. The Heroes vs. Villains mode in Battlefront 2 has the special edition like Jabba's Palace song, and I think the Nub Nub song as well.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It's one of the more comedic songs.
Careful, Wedge. We can run out of room real fast.
Okay, fly! Fly, you fools! Why doesn't Gandalf take the eagles, man?
I have a gut feeling that Matt, Thap, Slap, Tap, Flat, Chat, Matt Pat probably made a video on it.
I have no idea who that is, but I will take your word for it.
Game theory / film theory, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, some sort of YouTube thing that I don't pay any attention to?
Yeah, I don't pay attention to Matt, Flap, Slap, Tap, Blap, Lap.
That's a long name. Hopefully he uses pre-made title
It's
cards.
just Matt. Never mind. I know. It's just like, never mind. I get that you're trying to. Never mind.
Fly, 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 you fools. Never got into Lodor. It's one of those things that also that universe just isn't really for me. Already off to a bad start. Got crashed in the back. Let's go ahead and abort mission and try again. And yeah, the first try is always the best, but sometimes you just gotta attrition it. Both with quality, both on GOG. Ah, Fallout Gotti edition. I still have my original copy of Fallout 3. Bought that at a Target for $50. I think I'd heard of the Fallout series by that point, but that was the first Fallout game I ever played. And I actually did play that to completion, and I thought it was pretty good, actually. And I got that primarily because I wanted another RPG, because KOTOR 3 was taking a long time. Oh wait, it took never. And Mass Effect 2 was taking a long time. Thankfully it came out. KOTOR 3, the game that was to never be. That's one of the sad things. Most of the games I want to play will never be made. You know, like Jedi Knight 3. Or, yeah, no, Jedi Knight 4, I should say. That's never coming out. You know, Battlefront 3 is never going to be a thing. Battlefront EA doesn't count because it's not even a game. It's basically just a gambling program. Oh, what were you going to say?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like sometimes there's like I'm just like kind of considering like some of the content that was brought by a special edition, especially like things like the Return of the Jedi special edition with the song in Jabba's palace, the musical number.
Oh, that one.
It just, I feel like it just adds a layer of like weird to Star Wars. It's just like this. You can't. I feel like you can't make this shit up. Part of Star Wars.
Yeah, the whole.
Then again, holiday special exists, and that's like a whole bundle of weird. Then again, it's just like, yeah, I heard it's so boring because it's just a bunch of like fuzzy, furry people just grunting and groaning, and you don't know what they're saying or whatever.
Yeah, that is the issue with the holiday special. Now, of course, you know, Jabba's Palace is not nearly as bad as holiday special, because holiday special is, well, it's something alright.
It's something alright.
Probably gonna have to do this a couple more times to finally get it. I haven't had too many good runs, unfortunately. I do want to finish the game today, so if I have to do the live cheat, I will. Because I'm not going to leave this uncompleted, especially on the last level.
You know, I feel like should the Star Wars Holiday Special be considered at least some form of execution?
No, it's not that bad.
I know, being a dick. But it's just like, seriously, like, just have the majority of the show just be about, like, Wookiees that you have no idea what they're saying. Like, absolutely no idea. You know? It's just like, why?
Why is 1970s? The idea behind that was it was a variety show, it was going to be cute furry Wookiees and Chewbacca's son Lumpy. Yes, that is his name.
Yeah, I've seen reviews of the holiday special, and yes, I know that the Grandpa Wookiee...
Yep, he died.
I know he gets a VR headset and basically has a, you know...
Everybody knows that.
Yeah, everyone knows. Yeah. It's
But
just like...
the thing is, here's the problem, though. When you just tell somebody that there's a Wookiee with a VR headset with a sex program, that sounds a lot better than it actually is.
Really? It sounds a lot better than it actually is?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the reality is very different from what it sounds like. That's why you don't want to go by reviews for everything you hear. Because reviews don't really do a lot of things justice. That's something I've found, much to my chagrin, as time has gone on. The reality is... You notice I got bounced by a goddamn thing, and of course the Millennium Falcon immediately dies. I got so close that first time. So close. So close. The reality is that scene is so long and drawn out, it loses its novelty pretty fast.
It loses its novelty, yeah.
Well,
and actually speaking, I just want to interject about basically reviews. Like, in a sense, it's kind of true with me when I, like, on Steam, when I'm like trying to look for like a game to purchase with my Steam wallet cash, I usually like when I look at the reviews, like the only games that I pay attention to a little more, or ones that have the very positive or overwhelmingly positive rating. Just very to overwhelming. While if I like see mostly positive, I would just skip it. I would just like skip it.
Possibly. You know, one of the big problems with reviews is, of course, the fact that some people just don't like a certain game because it doesn't appeal to them.
Yeah, that's also true.
And some people just don't like it, have different standards of like and dislike. The biggest case in point is, of course, Predator Concrete Jungle. I, of course, gave a very positive review on it, but when I went to purchase it from the old GameStops, the guy working there was like, it's invisible pimps and hookers. There were no invisible hookers, and the pimps were not invisible either. They were invisible gang members that you kill in the first level. But I'm glad I bought it anyway. Because it came to be one of my favorite games in general. Yeah, it had some problems, but no game is 100% perfect!
Yeah. Now, so speaking about going by reviews for like certain things, like some people can be like actually wrong about certain parts of the game.
Or they didn't play it to begin with, and they're just writing about crap. Or they are gaming journos, and they are triggered by who knows what.
Or one of the cases, if you want to be quote-unquote those people, either quote-unquote not playing the game right, or, okay. I guess like two examples of, okay, by two examples as in one actual example, and the latter is more like, well, that it's more of the, like a consent, like I guess like common knowledge consensus, I guess you would say. Okay, the actual example would be Triple G Man review. You alright?
Seeing as I'm still sitting in a chair in a climate-controlled house, I should certainly think so.
Yeah, but I think
This crash.
I do recall I usually call GGG manlibs Triple G manlibs because okay, as a joke I should just like add or subtract G. Okay,
Wonders.
Alright, he reviewed SWAT 4, and it seems basically, if I remember correctly, he didn't like the fact that you had to keep people alive, at least keep as much people alive as possible. It's just like, oh come on, I just want to shoot the bad guys. Even though the point of SWAT 4 is you're police, you're kind of supposed to keep peace and essentially just not really hurt as much people as much as possible doing your job.
Yeah.
It's not a soldier, you're not like a U.S. Marine going against the Taliban. No, you're a SWAT officer. You're just going up against criminals, and you're just basically trying to keep the peace. You're not trying to basically go on their level unless they shoot at you. So that's kind of the point of SWAT 4. And just saying I just want to shoot the bad guys. Then if you want to shoot the bad guys, go play Soldier of Fortune, go play Doom, go play Quake. Just don't play SWAT 4 if you just don't want to basically deal with
police procedure.
Yeah, police procedure essentially.
Yeah, I can see that. It seems kind of silly.
Yeah. And then for the reviewer versus general consensus, I'm actually going to bring up your Hexen review, for instance. Did you say that the cleric, you didn't like the cleric because you didn't really like it?
Yeah, I said that.
Apparently, from what I've heard, some people think that the cleric is somewhat overpowered.
Yeah, I don't really understand that, but then again, maybe they have a different playstyle from mine.
I've heard that the flechette switch, to me, is kind of weird. It's just a green potion. It's not an actual nail shot from a gun buff. It's okay. Basically, the cleric's flechettes.
Scheisse.
Yeah. I've heard that it's that the cleric flechettes are effective against the centaurs.
I think they are. It's just I generally preferred my Timmins axe and the freeze hands, and the lightning was also quite good as well. But that's just me.
Yeah, and I guess that's kind of the point of a review. It's just you, I guess.
I think that's one of the things that's rather interesting. That's why I think when I like something before the internet, it seems more special. With the internet today, we have the very concept of general consensus. It used to be a lot of this stuff was just in a vacuum, more or less. If you liked something, you liked it. You know, it didn't really matter what anyone else had to say because you didn't hear what anyone else had to say, other than if you had friends or something like that. And there goes Lando. It was a perfect run too, but I didn't get those TIE fighters in time.
Oh no.
Friend chats on the stream. Oh, if you believe, I don't know that song. I don't listen to Cher. So I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing. I can't imagine what a Kotaku writer would make of this game.
Oh my god, this is the Dark Souls of Star Wars games.
I'm pretty sure they'd say something along those lines, or they'd comment that Wedge is a straight white male.
X and 1 is the Dark Souls of the Doom games.
It's like, I just can't imagine. Because, well, Wedge is a straight white... One of the things that really annoyed me was the political stuff around Star Wars, okay? So, Mark Hamill, I don't even care that... Actually, I do kind of care that he said this, just because it's so stupid. Said, I don't know what sexuality Luke is. Well, I would be pretty sure it's straight, just saying.
Like, it's not like there was a scene where he, like, kissed his sister or anything. Like, is that too far?
Or, you know, the other issue of, you know, if you go by the EU, he's obviously a straight white male because, wife, kids, and crash into the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, depending on what it is. Well, I know there were magazines, but not everyone actually got them. I know I didn't. I got Nintendo Power once for Pokemon Yellow, and that was it. One time in 1990, whatever the fuck that was. But I guess, like with the magazine, it just was a little different. You know, these days you're inundated by everyone's thoughts and things of that nature to the point where the very concept of zeitgeist becomes the thing, you know. And I think it's kind of a bad thing. We lose some individuality. Then again, I'm not going to be like, we should never have invented it. It's like, no, it's just... As a person who... Well, I'm on the internet right now, aren't I? Producing content for the internet. But for me, throughout the decades of being on the internets, I've been able to maintain my own individuality, and it's something that you can do. Ah, crap. Come on, fly faster. Fly, you fools. I hope I can do it, because I'm already getting tired. Thankfully, I'm not fucking up too much. Well, not fucking up to where I want to blame myself for it. I don't blame myself. I blame you. Got hit by another fighter. See, like that fighter, there's nothing I could have done about that. So I've got to try to always keep the Millennium Falcon in my sights. Get it? Got it good. Come on. Come on, Lando. Fly a little faster for me. Fly a little faster. Come on. Ah, but who didn't know Lando? Now, originally, Lando and Mara were supposed to have gotten together for a little while, but then kind of find out it was just a just friends kind of thing.
Or maybe Lando was friends zones.
Nah, he ended up marrying a rich hot chick.
Ah. Well, that is Lando Cars.
Not only did he marry a rich hot chick, but by using some of her money, he was able to invest in a Terminator production company. And so he ended up building a bunch of Terminators.
Oh boy.
Hey, you gotta make money somehow.
Yeah, but like, terminate forms.
Well,
Like-
you know, I mean, come on. Gotta terminate something.
Alright, yeah, sure. Terminate the space pirates. Yeah, sure. Alright.
Well, actually, it was Yuuzhan Vong Terminators. Terminate them.
Alright. I guess that is better.
Jedi. Lando is going to die before I can get to him because I cannot lock S-foils in speed position. Okay, fly! I'm not going to be able to make it to him in time. He's going to die. It's like, Lando, you have guns on that ship, you asshole! Yep, there he goes! Bye-bye, Lando!
Bye-bye, Mr. Calrissian.
Mark Hamill saying years ago he wanted Luke to have a girlfriend. Yeah, well, Mara Jade. Yeah, ME1 is superior to Mass Effect 2 in terms of gameplay and story. And the Yuuzhan Vong stuff was amazing. I liked it quite a bit. Now, there's a few logical errors with that, but you know what? It's Star Wars. You gotta let some of that stuff go.
Like, on the little mini topic, I just want to comment about Mass Effect 2. Now, it's not something story related, but it's more like something game related. Like basically Mass Effect 2, like, in Mass Effect 1, it was just a routine weapon. And then in Mass Effect 2, it was reloading in the sense of you're replacing the heat sinks.
Yeah, it was pretty stupid.
It just felt like an excuse just to have reload. It's like, seriously?
EA Games.
Yeah, EA Games. Challenge your intelligence and creative mind by doing not creative things.
Yeah, it was...
or being creatively stupid.
Yeah. Well, you gotta remember, Mass Effect 1 was so great because EA didn't have their grubby little mitts on it.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Mass Effect 2 great then, huh?
Mass Effect 2 isn't what I would call great. It was passable. That's a good lot. The thing is, those games were... The stories stayed pretty good, but the gameplay definitely started suffering as of Mass Effect 2, though. I know people love Mass Effect 2's gameplay because it's like the third-person shooters, but if you want to play a third-person shooter, I would recommend Army of Two.
Oh, yeah, Retro has mentioned Army of Two. I think at one point we try to basically, like, go through the terror that is Army of Two, the Devil's Cartel. However, I think I would like to probably play original Army of Two or something, or Army of Two. I know there was a second game.
Yeah, there's like 3, and then there's like a PSP version and all the rest. I'm probably going to have to do this again because I'm down to my last life. I might not be able to finish the game, just because I keep fucking up, as you saw there. I came very close. It's not like you're going to see much at the ending. I just kind of want to... I kind of want to finish it. When we hit the 3-hour mark, I'm giving up. Because it's hard, and all you're going to see is us get out and... Yaha! And all the rest. I've come close. I was able to play the entire game, and if I just got one good run, I would be able to finish it, so... It makes me happy. I might do like... Nah, I don't really want to... Honestly, after this stream, I'm probably not going to ever play this campaign again. That's not true. I probably will at some point when I want to play something. But this level definitely is bad. By which I mean overly difficult. Nah, I'm not even going to say that. Like you saw, first go, I bet if I came back to it, but I don't want to come back to it. That's the thing. I want it to be one nice self-contained let's play of this game.
Like, you could probably just, like, I don't know, live stream Jedi Academy or something, I don't know.
That is completely not what I intend to do. You gotta remember, this is supposed to be a Let's Play. So if I had a different game entirely in the middle of it, how would that work?
No, I know, I mean for a different live stream.
Oh, well, that's already planned anyway. I'm basically going to be doing all of the Star Wars... most of the Star Wars games that I wanted to do. Live streamed.
And I guess that includes Jedi Academy.
Yeah.
Right? Alright.
See, for me, Jedi Academy is just too easy to do a do something on, though. It's like, if this was Jedi Academy is going to take multiple live streams to finish, though, because it's a much longer game than this is.
Oh, yeah.
But this wasn't designed for, like, massively long levels.
Yeah. And also, staff saber,
Yeah, double-bladed. That's what we called them back in the day.
double-bladed lightsabers. It's like, my god, I did not have a good time when I was using the dual-wield lightsabers.
All right, already down. 2 seconds.
Careful, Wedge. We can run out of room
Real fast.
It's like, I was not enjoying the game with dual lightsabers. Like,
Yeah, they're not very good.
I was hating the game almost at that point, and then I was just looking up some more research, and it's like, okay, staff is very good at offense. So I literally loaded up a save on June, had to tweet Roach again, and then I got the staff saber, and the game was fun.
Yep, it'll do that.
Yeah, to quote Reggie Fils-Aimé, the game is fun.
Yep, you make one mistake, you die. And you gotta go all the way back.
If it's not fun, why bother?
It should be the power generator.
The staff saber
Careful, Wedge. We
is
can run
fun.
out of room real fast.
If the dual sabers aren't fun, why bother? It's like, exactly. It's just like,
And crashed into the wall and died.
it's like,
That's his stuff. Yellow and blue crystal, not bad. Alright, so we are almost at 3 hours. We're gonna keep at it. I do want to finish the game, like I said, but I came so close in that... Okay, you know I've been going for almost an hour on this one level alone. And I almost beat it within the first try. Almost in the first try. That's one of the things about this game that you won't get in the other. It's like a pretty short game, yeah, but, well,
Watch yourself, Lando. TIE fighters at .06.
that's what can happen. You can get a bunch of bad runs. I remember, once again, Vengeance on Colossus. That was one that I had a bunch of bad runs, came back the next day, did it in one try. And I bet I could do this again, but that'll ruin the whole thing, so... Alright.
yeah, and Aniko, that is Jedi Academy. Like, you can't use blasters, use the Force. And yes, dueling lightsabers. Don't go dual. Just don't. Take my advice and just don't. If you want to suffer, pick dual lightsabers. If you want fun, pick staff.
Come on, faster.
Alright, already off to a bad start, because I'm already really hurt. Not even gonna make it to the exhaust. Yep. Abort mission. Thank you.
Also,
2 more tries. 2 more, and then done. I'm not gonna actually come back to it and try to finish it, because it's not really that much worth it to me. I am gonna do a full live stream of Rebel Strike. Hopefully I won't get stuck like this. As all I need is one good run.
yeah.
Let you customize your character. You can use blasters. Use. That's
That's the thing that I was talking. Yeah, that's the comment.
that's Jedi Academy.
Yeah, that's Jedi.
What's really funny about Jedi Academy? I'm going to mention this in the review this month when I do it. Chewbacca in that game looks like he's anorexic because of the Quake 3 engine. Because if you look at him, Chewbacca's really, really skinny. Like, massively skinny. It's like, maybe he had, like, space cancer or something, and he lost all his weight, but damn, lads and lasses. Chewbacca, you need to eat. No wonder he's always so hungry. It's like...
Yeah, big rope. I don't care what you smell.
It's like, come on, huh? You need to feed him some food, or at least, help him through space chemo. Actually, if he went through space chemo, he wouldn't have any hair, but still. My joke still stands.
A hairless Wookiee, that is a sight that I definitely do not want to see.
It would just look like a regular person, mostly.
But Wookiees have like they have black noses, like kind of like dog noses almost.
Yeah, I suppose. You know what's actually kind of funny, though? One of the things you gotta love about KOTOR 1 is, in Timothy Zahn's Heir to the Empire, we learned that Chewbacca has these massive claws, okay, that lets him climb the trees and stuff like that, because he's an arboreal species. In KOTOR 1, there's a cultural taboo where you don't use your claws in combat.
Hey, I think I read something like that on the wiki.
Yeah. But can you imagine that, though? I bet Lando dies as I come back to life.
Oh, no.
That's really annoying, by the way.
Power source. It should be the power generator.
Yeah.
Careful, Wedge. We can run out of room real quick.
Okay.
Also,
Let's keep it up. Nope, gonna crash.
Also, it seems like Dylan brought up light side force powers. Like, my re-ish playthrough Jedi Academy, by re-ish I mean like I was using Jedi Academy Enhanced, which allows you to do like RGB lightsabers. There's a little more customization option for your character. It even like makes certain weapons usable, like the Tusken rifle, for instance. It even adds I think 4-ish new force powers, like Pulse, Insanity, Stasis, and Destruction. Which, Destruction, I maxed out immediately, for whatever reason. Well, it's a big it's a laser that you shoot, and it uses force energy, and it's fun for the first levels, but when you go up against Reborn and other force users, like dark side powers aren't really all that useful against force users.
Yeah, that's always the problem, isn't it?
And it's just like, oh, how about instead we have different color-coded Reborn and cultists that have strengths and weaknesses.
They do.
Like,
Yep, there goes Han. Wait, not Han, but Lando.
well, none of the cultists are color-coded. Like, one is like lightning, one is force choke, one is drain. But like, how about like basically kind of actually give like weaknesses to them? Like, force lightning is susceptible to like force choke, for instance, or at least with Reborn.
Well, okay, one of the things you gotta remember, though, is that with Reborn, it has that Bushido blade thing where you can literally kill them in just a couple of hits, though, regardless.
Yeah, no, it's just like, what's the point of using dark side powers? Can't use them.
Well, I guess the point about the dark side powers, my best theory when it comes to that is the fact they were primarily meant for multiplayer.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's my theory, more or less.
Now, if you want to be a pretentious asshole, you could say that, well, choosing the dark side isn't always the best option. You know, that's why they're not as effective against the Reborn as lighted powers are. Because
Yeah,
with
but see-
lighted powers you have protection and absorb.
Yeah, but see, all that's a bunch of bullshit, though.
Exactly.
A lot of people don't get that if I fry you with 110 volts of electricity, you're gonna die.
Exactly.
Okay, come on, make it. Actually, no, wait, I got it. Oh, I didn't do it. What you can do is you can crash before a cutscene and actually come back at full health, which I don't have, and I'm not going to have. Yep, he's gonna shoot me down, and I guarantee you, Lando, whatever the fuck his name is, Mr. Pansexual is gonna die. I love how those ties just teleport behind me, because that makes the game real fun. Okay, what we gotta try to do is we gotta try to stay ahead of him, which is impossible, by the way.
Remember, guys, Twilight is free on Steam right now. What's Twilight?
Kolot.
Kolot. What's Kolot?
I'm pretty sure I mispronounced it too, but I don't care. It is a game on Steam.
Well, no shit. What kind of game is it? Is it like a RPG? Is it an RTS? Is it a MMO, FPS, BBB RPG? What is it?
It is a visual novel where you play as a hermaphrodite.
Wait, is it? No, wait. Are you sure it's just not some random 4chan novel that you just discovered or something?
No, that actually is a visual novel that I just mentioned.
I know that. I know that. And then Toxic Survival Horror. Alright. Alright. Thank you. And I think there was like an attempt or like an idea or something or a demo of a quote sort of like a survival horror game that basically it's a driving survival horror game or something.
Driving survival horror.
Survival horror driving game.
I'm going mad.
What was that?
Why? Okay, there it is. I thought the crosshair wasn't there. It's like I'm gonna lose because I ran out of fucking photon torpedoes. Mr. Wolf, fire the photon torpedoes. I kept it. All right, no interruptions.
Alright.
Don't crash into fucking Lando. Colt 45 works every time. No, no, no. It's gonna do it. Oh.
Follow me. We've got to escape before this thing blows.
I hate this game. 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 No, 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 no. Yes. No. Please, 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 please. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Don't crash into the Millennium Falcon. Please, God, don't crash into the Millennium Falcon. Huh? Huh? Da 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 da! Blah 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 blah. Holy shit!
So you finally did it.
I did it. I beat it. It took what?
Should we end this stream with the Evangelion congratulations clip?
No, because I'm not a weeb.
Okay.
Oh, I want to thank everybody who supported me in playing Rogue Squadron. We're gonna party with Hef all night. Oh man.
Yeah, man.
That was not easy. Holy shit. Took almost an hour on that level alone.
That was the third act. That was the third act. But, as far as I could tell with, like, light side and dark side, I'm pretty sure the only way, like, I feel like, okay, in order to, like, I feel like, is it like in order to get the light side ending, you just don't keep that, you just turn off your lightsaber?
Yep, that's exactly what happens. That's what happens. All you gotta do is bring out the DL-44 and that's it. The only game where you have to worry about having the dark side ending by putting too many points into the dark side powers is Jedi Knight 1. That's the only game that does it.
Well, that's because, I think, like, if you kill Jan...
No, you don't even get a choice. You don't get a choice. If you put too many points into the dark side points, it just does it automatically.
Oh.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
That was like... Oh, I thought it was a sort of, like, bridging thing. Never mind.
Chris Kyle! No! Or Klee. Alright, well that was Star Wars Rogue Squadron 2 in its entirety. Now, of course, I haven't done any of the bonus missions, but that's the entire game played in one sitting. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Well-
Yes. Yes.
Wait, did you skip one level or did you beat that one?
I beat it. I beat them all. I beat all these levels in one sitting. One sitting. Cause I am the champions of the world.
Across the Death Star's surface. Find
All right.
power gen-
Congratulations. I want to thank everyone who showed up today. I want to thank you for showing up, Dita. And I'm
Yeah.
going to wish everyone good. Star Wars Rogue Squadron 2, or whatever makes you happy. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, and if you can, please consider supporting me on Patreon so that I can continue bringing you this awesome content.